The Jets back in their own zone. The crowd standing, roaring, and applauding this Game 3, led by a third-period onslaught. And the Stars stole home ice in Winnipeg. They hold it this afternoon in Dallas. They win it 5-2 to take a 2-1 series lead.
Well, look, the Jets likely weren't going to rally anyway, but they used that timeout. And by using that timeout after that, bang, bang, 2 goals, they didn't have a timeout to get their best offensive players on the ice. So, their number one power play and Scheifele and Connor and those guys didn't get on the ice until there were only 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Wyatt Johnston. And, the time had leaked off the board by then anyway that it was pretty much a moot point. And the Mikko Rantanen experience continues on and is blossoming, and especially here on home ice. I would say he's a fan favorite already, and a pretty convincing win. The goaltending battle, Ottinger was terrific again. Just looks like a rock back there, and Hellebuck and his road demons continue on. Not all on him, but still, you look up at the end of another road game, and that's a ton of goals against the guy that did not give up very many in the regular season. And the Stars, they needed this one on home ice, and they did all of the things that you need to do in order to be victorious against a very good team and take a 2-1 series lead because of it.
Connor Hellebuck makes the same 21 saves that he did in Game 2, but it comes on 5 additional shots. So, another road stat line he'll try to forget. You'll hear the roar in the background as Mikko Rantanen announced as the number 1 star. And, what he's doing continues to defy all logic. It is the 5th time in the last 6 games that he has had a 3-point night or better. And he has been the driver, but a lot of people participating in this one tonight, this 5-2 win over the Jets. And the thing is, they got the first goal, which has been a problem for them. It wasn't exactly wire to wire because the Jets come back a couple different times, but Dallas never trails, and they go on with that third period punch to take a 2-1 series lead, and what an opportunity that awaits them now on Tuesday.
Yeah, with Rantanen, you'd think, wow, they're just giving him the bit, and he's playing 22, 23 minutes. What would he finish with today, even though he double shifted a little bit? 17 and a half minutes. He seems to have fully integrated himself into the 4-line belief and mantra of Pete DeBoer and his coaching staff, where, look, we're going to utilize everybody, and we're not going to run just our top guns. And it helps when they were always leading. The Jets could never, catch up and pull ahead of them here today, and it turns into as much of a checking game as it is an attacking game. But man, oh man, he's just uncontrollable. And some guys get on a heater where it feels like every time they touch the puck, something good happens for them. And that's certainly been the case for him in the playoffs since about mid-series against his old club, the Colorado Avalanche.
Before we hand it to the guys, Razor, we started the night talking about what home ice advantage could mean from a tactical standpoint because of how matchup-driven Winnipeg was in games 1 and 2. How much do you feel?
Rebound tomorrow night in Vegas, a little bit of life now and then after that dramatic finish in Game 3. Coming up, we'll hear from both head coaches, Paul Maurice on the Panthers side, Craig Berube on the Maple Leafs side. Also have starting lineup scratches and a big hockey game tonight at Amerant Bank Arena. Game 4. Toronto leads the series 2-1. We're guaranteed a Game 5 coming up Wednesday at 7 o'clock from Toronto. But hopefully the Panthers can make it 2-2 and make this a best-of-3 series with a win tonight. Coming up, we will hear from the head coaches. That is straight ahead right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amarant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers Leafs Game 4, game presented by AutoNation. Tonight, Panthers fans join the 93 Society email club. Stay up to date on all things Panthers. Be the first to know about special ticket offers, exclusive events, and more. Sign up at FloridaPanthers.com. Time for a pregame conversation with Panthers head coach Paul Maurice, presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And first thing I asked Paul Maurice is, even after seeing all his teams accomplish the last couple of years, does it still impress him to see when they come up big in a big situation like they did back the other night on Friday in Game 3 to get a win when they had to have one? Here's what he had to say.
So the answer is yes, because you're down to, God, we hadn't had a lot going our way around the net. It's bouncing off us and going in. We've had a bunch of those goals, some strange plays. And you're always worried about that fortitude, that the depth of the well of belief, right? It gets tested in these playoffs all the time. Every time you get down in a series, get down in a game. And then there are times when you're relaxed because you're getting so much offensive action. It kind of like the Vegas-Edmonton game last night. Like, Edmonton gets up early, but you know you're getting your chances. And I don't know that we felt that, so this was pretty good mental toughness, I think, to stay in and then also bring our best. So we get down 2-0 and 3-1, but our best period was after that fact, and in the second period, we pushed back real hard. So that was a really good sign for that depth of belief.
And on a couple of your lines, but first you had the fourth line that came in, reunited for that last game. How'd you like the way that they got back together? It really looked like exactly the kind of game they were playing down the stretch in the regular season. And was the rest of the group able to feed off what seemed like an energy those guys had?
Yeah. So I'm happy that it looked the way you had hoped as the coach, but I'm more happy for the three men that they were able to get themselves mentally to the place that they could just go out and play. Because the first thing that these guys do is they don't want to make a mistake. Any player that comes in, the new guys that come, they don't want to make a mistake. We've had some success here, and they don't want to be a part of this team not. So you got to get yourself wound up to the point you're going, I'm going out to play. I'm going to play my best. And I think that it was really important that there was all three together that came in, because they came in with a bit of an us against them, and part of that is us against me, but in a positive way. Like these guys have been healthy scratches. So they got together, and I know they scored a goal, which was great. And at that point, you're happy for the Florida Panthers, but you're really just happy for those two guys, right? How much they get to enjoy it. But there are other shifts as well that they played. They were systematically right on, high energy, very physical, very smart. And I thought that really helped our bench, because it's not even about the game. The guys on the bench are watching those three guys do it. They get a bounce from that. They get a lift. Even if nothing happens in the shift, they get to feel good for those three guys, and it changes the energy on the bench.
And Lundell, Luostri, and Marchand, we've talked a lot about the offensive games they put together lately, but you increased their defensive responsibilities at times with some of those matchups last game. How'd you like the way that they responded and the collective defensive acumen that group has? I mean, maybe goes a little bit under the radar what they can all do in that part of the game.
Well, our expectation of Luostri and Lundell is at some point they will play against the other team's best every night, and you would expect that to happen based on what they do now. Okay, they're going to get older, more experienced, so at some point they're going to be this great checking pair. Brad's played with Bergeron against the other best players for his whole career, so he has that in him. The hope, though, so that one I think we can expect. The hope is that, there's some offense that can go with it, and it can happen this year instead of next year or the year after. So that's kind of where we're watching it. I won't run them all night, but with our group now, there isn't a top three forward group that hasn't played against the other team's very best for an extended period of time. They're all veteran enough. But when those guys get to do that, it maybe the best benefit is you don't run a bench, a line too hard, and then the other coach isn't running your bench. So if you go hard matchup, and Barkov has to be on the ice against Matthew every time, then the other coach is then deciding how many minutes I play Barkov. This way we can run our whole bench, kind of flatten out those minutes.
And the last thing, coming off the way you guys won the last one, what were the biggest keys there that you want to see brought into this one here in Game 4?
Yeah, our second period was the game that we need to play to have a chance to win this series, to beat a team like offense. It's the thing that would change the way the first two games went. It's the hardest way to play hockey. It's not easy. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of discipline mentally to move the puck in a fashion that allows your forecheck game to get established, which is our strength.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice there. A pregame conversation presented by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. I had myself a wild berry one today. I think Robert Grieper, our on-set engineer, has a peach one back there. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the lineups, the scratches. We'll get the view from the other side. Hear from the head coach of the Leafs, Craig Berube. It's the Panthers and the Leafs. Game 4 tonight on the Florida Panthers Ready Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, South Florida. Regardless of the weather, there's one part of my daily routine that stays tropical year-round. Celsius Tropical Vibe with a delicious combination of starfruit and pineapple. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-edged, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
I feel winter coming, South Florida, but it's not just the cooler weather. I'm talking about Celsius Arctic 5. Its icy chill, frozen berry flavor will keep you energized throughout whatever the season brings. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Moments from Game 4, Panthers Leafs. Leafs lead the series 2-1. Let's head over to see what the Leafs have to say going into this one. A chance to hear from their head coach, Craig Berube. Our pregame scouting report. It is presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to Gulfstreampark.com. Here is Craig Berube, the head coach of the Leafs, on what they can take away from the way a lot of pucks went in last game. We're talking about those deflections, those bounces. Here's what he had to say.
The lesson is you don't pass up shots. And hitting the net, because it is going to go up, people, because there's numbers there all the time, right? Especially in playoffs. You got to get to the net to score goals in the playoffs for the most part. And, you're going to have the D in the opposition team. You got forwards there, and pucks they're bouncing in everywhere. So it's something that we talk about quite a bit, and we need to get pucks there, and we need to get people there.
Craig Berube is the head coach of the Maple Leafs. That is our pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to Gulfstreampark.com. Pregame scouting report there. And now the scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Panthers. Remember tonight's medical doctors, Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross, presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. We get to the scratches tonight out for the Panthers in this one. Jacob Megna, Nico Sturm, Mackie Samoskevich, Uvis Balinskis, and Jesper Boquist. For the Leafs, you can scratch Dakota Murmis, David Camp, Ryan Reeves, Nick Robertson from tonight's game. We'll step aside. We'll come back. Those are your scratches from Baptist Health. The opening face-off is straight ahead. Game 4, Panthers Maple Leafs, right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Your fishing gear is loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
The best hockey
All
lives
three
here.
Canucks are back. Shen, in, Shen, Perron, on Schwartz. They score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. AIS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
That's the power play. Barkov to Chuck in front. Bouncing puck jammed in. They score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand. And the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
He proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, welcome inside Emirates Bank Arena here in Sunrise. Game 4, this second round best-of-7 Stanley Cup Playoff Series. The Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto leads the series 2-1. Panthers coming off an overtime win 2 nights ago. Brad Marchand in that 5-4 overtime win locked it down for the Panthers. Let's get ready for Game 4 here. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Robert Griepers, our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. Your starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panther seats. For the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice, the starting forward line. Anton Lundell, Etulo Osterine, and Brad Marchand on the back end. Nico Mikla, Seth Jones, Sergei Bobrovsky is the goaltender for the Panthers. On the other side, for Craig Berube's Toronto Maple Leafs, the starting forward line will be Austin Matthews between Matthew Nyes and Mitch Marner. Chris Tanev, Jake McCabe defensively. The goaltender is Joe Wall. The referees are Gord Dwyer and Francis Chiron. The linesmen Ryan Gibbons and Ryan Daisy. Panthers in red, right to left. The Leafs in white, left to right. Lundell stands in against Austin Matthews. And we are set to go. Game 4 underway here at Emirates Bank Arena in Sunrise. The puck pulled back inside the Leaf zone. It's Tanev giving to McCabe. Tanev back over for his defense partner Jake McCabe. And the puck lofted down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Nico Mikla back for up the boards. Tanev a swing and a miss, couldn't keep it in. Here's Brad Marchand left wing side. Tries to scoot in for the Panthers. Poked away by McCabe. Rolling puck back behind the net. McCabe a shoulder into Marchand. Then he dumps over Lundell. No call there, although the fans wanted one. We've gone 30 seconds, early stages here from Emirates Bank Arena. Lundell a takeaway in the corner as he ripped it from Tanev, but back to help out for Toronto, Austin Matthews, and the Leafs captain will play it rink wide for William Nylander. Across the ice again, on the money for Max Pacioretty. It's dumped in. Nylander tries to center, couldn't get a pass through. John Tavares for Toronto along the near boards, rolls one in the direction of Pacioretty, didn't get it to him. Barkov out of the zone for Panthers, gives to Aaron Ekblad, and the puck played in. We've gone 1 minute, no score early on. Panthers Leafs Game 4.
For the Panthers, just getting off that better start here. See if you can dump some pucks in, get some pressure on the forecheck, get it established as early as you can. Don't wait till the second period like last game.
Aaron Ekblad, a hard hit on John Tavares in the neutral zone. Now in go the Panthers quickly. Barkov in front, and Joe Wall a piece of it. Then a Leaf tumbling into the goalpost, knocking the net ajar. That was Max Pacioretty who lost his footing. Ekblad, though, a good neutral zone hit on John Tavares, and those two had a couple of battles individually back in Game 3. Battles, to say the least, at times. Had to be separated on at least one occasion. 1:21 in first period. No score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs here tonight.
And that all starts with back pressure from Barkov. If you get the back pressure from the forward, that allows your defenseman to stand up. And then Ekblad took his chance there, knowing he had support on the back end from Barkov, and was able to get a good piece of Tavares there through the middle of the ice. Then the Panthers, good breakout, leads to a 3-on-2 the other way, tried to force it into the front of the net. before the pass could be made across. Joseph Wall able to get it with the goal stick and cover it up.
Off the face-off, the Leafs have it. It's Morgan O'Reilly clearing one out through center. Back at Panthers line, Nate Schmidt drills one along, picked up by Brandon Carlo. He floats it back through the neutral zone. That'll take a hop all the way down to our right. Off a man at center ice, goes deep into the Panthers zone. Pontus Holmberg runs one down for the Leafs. He'll shuffle it to Bobby McMahon. Over for Holmberg, a shot that was sent weakly wide that rims around the end boards and picked up by Verhaeghe. He sends it out through center. Sam Bennett, right side of the circle, a shot and a right pad save made by Joseph Wall. The puck cleared immediately by Brandon Carlo for Toronto. Far side of the ice, Matthew Tkachuk sidesteps Max Domi, got the puck in, and then an immediate clear from Toronto from Morgan Riley. And do we have a penalty upcoming here, Billy? 2:04 going by.
It's going to be high
first.
sticking, it looks like, against the Panthers.
No score, 2:04 into the hockey game. What do we have? We're waiting for the official ruling. They're checking Matthew Tkachuk. I think it may be a penalty against the Leafs.
Why'd they blow the whistle when Bobrovsky went behind the net unless they touched it immediately? So, yes, this is going against Toronto, and it looks... Is this going to be 2 or 4 minutes? Who they're going to call over? Max Domi to the penalty box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Tkachuk drew a couple of penalties this time, and Max Domi just careless with his stick. Was trying to dump it in, one hand on his stick, and just came across up high right into the face of Tkachuk. An easy call for the officials. Panthers 2 minutes and 4 seconds in, get the opening power play.
Panthers 6 for 24 on the power play in the playoffs, 2 for 8 in the series. And off the face-off, here's Toronto to control. They win the draw, and the puck shuffled along by Marner. Didn't get it out by Seth Jones. Public's power play for the Panthers. Into the near circle, here's Verhaeghe. Jones, a shot, and that one deflects away from the front of the goal. Barkov here on the near side. Takes it down to the corner. Barkov behind the net. Tkachuk over to the far side. Sam Reinhart covering the right point. Down and around the end boards. Then he'll wind it all the way around to Barkov. Near half boards. Back behind the net. Back around far side. Reinhart up top. Jones straight on left circle. Barkov holds, fires, blocked by Tanev. So good at clogging those shooting lanes is Chris Tanev. The Panthers restart at center. Here's Jones heading in. Near side Barkov across. Here's Verhaeghe. A shot right into the chest of Wall. And the puck cleared by Carlo all the way down. 1:13 left in this Publix power play. 3 minutes gone by in the game. No score.
Panthers had 85% of their power play time in the offensive zone last game. Nothing to show for it. But they didn't get to the middle of the ice. There, Carter Verhaeghe's able to get to the middle of the ice. Forced Wall to make the tough save.
Ekblad dumped over along the far side. Loose puck along the boards. Simone Benoit for Toronto is the man that got a piece of him. Now the puck played up the near side of the ice. That goes out to the line. Marchand hustles it down, keeps it in. Now Schmidt into the near circle. Jumped over the stick of Rodriguez. Here on the near boards, a battle for the loose puck. Marchand, Bennett behind the net. Ekblad right circle in front for Rodriguez. Bounces to Marchand. Out to the line. Schmidt a drive, and that one's wide. Stays in play off the high glass behind Wall. Out to the point, Nate Schmidt, right circle, it's Ekblad. Ekblad to Bennett. He's pressured by Calle Yarncrook. Now Ekblad again, here at the near point. Saucer pass, handled by Nate Schmidt to the right for Bennett in the circle. Wrist shot wide, off the end boards, and then the corner boards. Ekblad keeps it alive, out to Schmidt. Right side in the circle, it's Sam Bennett. Bennett takes a look, straight on Schmidt. High slot shot, that's wide. On a bounce, Ekblad after it. Backhand feed picked off, and it's Matthew Nyes out of the zone for Toronto with the power play for the Panthers winding down. Panthers Publix power play into the final seconds. Nyes hangs onto the puck in the corner, took an extra shove from Aaron Ekblad, and then a battle for a loose puck. Nyes able to fish it free. It's played out to the point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson across the ice, touch pass far side. Riley down low, Nylander around the end boards. Ekman-Larsson near point, Riley at the line. Long shot tipped in front. Bobrovsky a blocker save, and the Leafs keep control. Tavares at the line. Off to the far point, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. A nifty feed to William Nylander, who blows it tire, and the puck poked away. A good heads-up play by Nate Schmidt, who'd been caught out there on a long shift, was able to help the Panthers clear. He gets off for a change. Morgan Riley, meanwhile, dumps it in for Toronto as we've gone 4:45 here in the first, scoreless.
And again, the Panthers spent a lot of time down in the offensive zone on the power play, but most of it's from the outside. They've got to be able to get into the middle. Toronto collapses back into that soft box, and the Panthers try to get shots through, and very adept at blocking shots are the Leafs, especially their defensemen. You have to find shooting lanes, find holes in that area. If you can't get it to the middle, the defensemen have to get pucks through. You have to have bodies in front, and that was a mainstay last game. The Panthers, just like that first power play, plenty of time down there to work it around, and the only time they got to the middle was Carter Verhaeghe was able to fake a little shot, hit Wall right in the Maple Leaf logo, and then the Leafs come down with a pretty good shift
of their own, and Nylander finally just bobbles the puck.
Tonight's game presented by AutoNation. Game 4, Leafs lead the series 2-1. Scoreless here, nearly 5 minutes into the hockey game. Tells you how many shots the Leafs are blocking when Chris Tanev isn't even leading the team in block shots. Simone Benoit is. Usually Chris Tanev's a shoe-in to lead a team in block shots. Puck played up the near side, and he is second for the record, but again, illustrates how many shots they are blocking as a team. Down along the end board, Scott Lawton takes his shove. Holmberg, side of the net, tried to roll one out front for Stephen Lawrence. Couldn't. Here on the near boards, here's A.J. Greer. Greer up the near side for the Panthers. He'll dump it in. The puck goes deep into the Leafs zone on the end wall. Jonah Gadjevich, a good lick there on Jake McCabe. The Leafs do break it out. It's Holmberg rolling one up the ice. Down to our right, a race for it. Icing call. 14:37 left first period. No score. Men need to be smart about their health. Join Alonzo Mooring and a select group of health experts at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit, June 14th. Learn how to take charge of your health. Learn more at BaptistHealth.net/Zotime. That fourth line getting into the action had a really nice debut in the series. Those three back together.
The Gadjevich goal, and they brought a lot of energy, and that's what you want from your fourth line, is not to be detrimental, but every time they touch the ice, they don't have to score, but just bring that enthusiasm and passion and help elevate your bench.
Here's a shot from the right circle, a save made by Wall, and then picking up his own rebound was Reinhart, and that one's sent wide. That rims around the boards, leaves the zone, and the Panthers will reload at center ice. Toronto, a wholesale change, and Panthers backed inside their own zone.
Reinhart in his bread and butter spot finds the soft spot between all five Maple Leafs in that high slot and lets one rip. Got the rebound opportunity, nailed it up over the crossbar.
Reinhart keeping it down low. Benoit behind the net, running too hard by Barkov. Loose puck back behind the goal. Austin Matthews will scoot away with the loose puck. Backhand feed. It's punched out of the zone by Marner. Here on the near side, dumped down is Bobby McMahon. Evan Rodriguez, a transition feed to Reinhart at the offensive line. Reinhart dumps it in, cross corner. Panthers change out the personnel. 13:45 left in the first. No score. It's the Panthers and the Leafs. Game 4, Max Domi. Rink wide feed, deflecting, and that goes into the open bench door, I believe, over on that far side as the Panthers were making a line change. 13:40 left in the first period. No scores. We have a stoppage in play. We'll take our first media timeout of the evening. Tonight's game presented by our friends at AutoNation. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-778 or brightview.com.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. 13:40 to go, first period, no score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 4 presented by AutoNation. Toronto leads the series 2-1. The Panthers coming off a Game 3 overtime win a couple of nights ago. Have you heard of Paint the Grain? Paint the Grain's DIY craft studio, which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. They're located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain.
That rebound opportunity by Reinhart, we got a second look at it. He had an empty net from a sharp angle, but plenty of room there, and it ticked off the crossbar. That was a delicious chance after that original shot by Reinhart got stopped by Wall.
Brandon Carlo dumps one down to our right. Dmitry Kulikov, far side of the ice. It's Kachuk, rink-wide feed. Bennett up to center. It's driven in. Down and around it goes. And here on the near side of the ice, Carlo backs behind the net for Morgan Riley, and he tries to clear, can't do it. Kulikov, long shot, and that one wide. Here on the near board, Sam Bennett pounds it down low. Puck kept to the outside. Max Domi to Scott Lawton, and he will backhand out of the zone for the Leafs. And at center ice, Lawton on a loose puck. He'll work it off to the far side. Domi dumps it in. And on the end boards, Lawton shoved by Kulikov. Loose puck over on that far side. Marner trying to poke it free. Lawton from his knees tried to center a loose puck out front. Couldn't get it to Matthews. However, Toronto does hold the zone. Kulikov has it stripped away by Marner. A pass to the line, out of the reach of Jake McCabe. Fortunately for the Panthers there, the Leafs forced to reload. Tanev dumps it in. A funny hop toward the net, cut off by Sam Reinhart. He'll leave it here on the near boards for Barkov, but Marner read that. In comes Nico Mikkola to help out. He'll push the puck ahead. Evan Rodriguez up the near side for the Panthers. Rodriguez slams on the brakes. An open Barkov left circle, a shot, and that's off Matthew Nyes in front. A big collision as Marchand took down Tanev. The Leafs will maintain control of the puck, though. Here on the near side, Tanev launches one out of the zone, clearing for Toronto, and back inside the Panthers zone. Seth Jones to handle it. Coming up on 8 minutes gone by in a scoreless first period here in Game 4.
The Panthers up had around 70 hits last game. Marchand there ringing bells again, and it was apparent in the second period last game that the Maple Leafs were hearing some footsteps. They were making some turnovers, getting rid of pucks early.
Panthers significantly out-hit Toronto back in Game 3, as now the Panthers are going to be guilty of an icing. Ekblad cleared. The puck went all the way down. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary.
Very early on in this game, the Panthers' gap control, which Paul Maurice was talking about in pregame, has been really good and spot on. The forwards are coming back, helping out, and that is closing down those gaps, preventing that Maple Leaf speed. And that is the key, because the first couple of games really hurt you. In the start of Game 3, also, it was apparent. If you can slow down that Maple Leaf speed, that 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s opportunities, pendulum swings back into your favor.
Off the face-off, the Panthers have control. It's Ekblad, shouldered hard and taken down by the Leafs' leading hitter in the playoffs, Max Pacioretty. On the end boards then, Pacioretty shuffles a puck around. It's backhanded out front by William Nylander. Intercepted. Marchand on for Lundell. Lundell to center. He wrists one in, and that one is handled by Joe Wall. Not with absolute certainty, but he is able to get in front of it to make the save, and he covers up as traffic arrives on the scene. 11:34 to go in the first period. No score, some extra shoving following the sequence here. Now Gadjevich and Simone Benoit having a long conversation. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Robert Grieper is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control, steering the ship and steering it in the right direction, at least so far this evening, with a face-off coming up far circle down to our left.
Smart play by Lundell, just dumping it in on the goaltender. Knew they needed a line change, and not only did they get a line change out of it, they got an offensive zone draw.
And on for the offensive end draw. It is A.J. Greer taking the face-off. Doesn't win it, though. Puck played out the line. Nate Schmidt, a good hold at the line. Down to the corner for Gadjevich. Near side, Tomas Nosek. Out to the line, Schmidt. Long shot. It's just wide through traffic out front. Far boards Kulikov. Bumped by Steven Lawrence. Loose puck into the far corner. Nosek in there for the Panthers. He'll play it around the end wall. Greer out to the near point. Schmidt across the ice. Kulikov, a shot deflecting, and a save made by Wall. In the far corner, a loose puck battled for Jonah Gadjevich. Looking out front. Can't thread the needle to the front of the goal. The Leafs come up with possession. It's cleared by Lawrence out to center. Nate Schmidt back in from the center circle. Gives to Nosek, and then an offside call against the Panthers as 10:58 will remain here in this first period. No score between the Panthers and the Leafs. Celebrate your team in style. Every time the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime.
Happy birthday to Brad Marchand, 37 years old today on Mother's Day. Keep sticking along. That 14th game-winning goal, 5th overtime winner for him in the playoffs. 14 game winners are the most among active players.
Puck sent down to our right inside the Panthers zone here along the near boards. Battle for a loose puck. Verhaeghe for Matthew Tkachuk, and then Tkachuk stood up by Jake McCabe, but Sam Bennett to grab the puck. Oh, a hard hit. Bobby McMahon just
that's going to be another penalty on the
Verhaeghe from behind, and that is going to send McMahon to the penalty box, and a crowd draws here on the near side of the ice, and we'll see what comes out of this, but I would imagine the Panthers going to wind up on a power play here for at least 2 minutes. We wait for the final ruling. 10:41 left in the first. No score.
Francis Chiron, our referee, going to make the call for us. So McMahon gets 2 for boarding. And this is the flipped in the script. The Panthers are the ones that took a lot of penalties in the first 3 games. Maple Leafs shorthanded for the second time, and this was a couple of feet away for Hagee from the ball, not expecting it, and just gets blasted from behind.
Yeah, coming into this game, Toronto had 12 power plays. The Panthers had 8. So that number's starting to get closer to evening out now as Jones gives to Barkov here on the near side of the corner. It's Reinhart winding it around Tkachuk right corner. Out to the line, Seth Jones. Jones to Verhaeghe, top of the right circle. Tkachuk right side, back up top for Jones. Saucer pass, that connects to Barkov. A shot, and that's fought off by Wall into the near corner. Then Reinhart to the line, out of the reach of Jones, and it goes all the way down to our right. Oddly enough, the Panthers were 0 for 3 in the game in this series that they won. Game 3, the power play did convert each of the first 2 games, which the Panthers didn't get the desired result.
Yeah, not what you expect when the special teams battle and end up losing.
Puck played down and around by Tkachuk. Rims off to the near boards. Barkov back down low. Reinhart. Oh, he got run in too hard by Simone Benoit. That was a heck of a body check behind the net as Benoit got in there against Reinhart, who popped right back to his feet. No worse for the wear.
That was a big-time hit there by Benoit and Reinhart. It's got physical early.
Now Nate Schmidt to Sam Bennett. Pass straight on. It's Rodriguez. Lays it along. Bennett after it. Puck sent around the end board. Battle for a loose puck in the far corner. It's punched up the far board. Panthers have it. Schmidt down low. Handled by Marchand. Right circle. Up top Schmidt. Marchand. The pass a little out of his reach. 43 seconds still on this power play. Second unit on. Here's Schmidt. Tees it up. A blast. And that one just over the net. Rims around. Leaves the zone. 9:15 left in the first period. No score.
Second time we've seen Schmidt load up from the blue line, but it's been high and wide. Get your shots. If you're getting them through, get them down around where at least force the goaltender to make a save or somewhere where you can tip it.
Here's Bennett to the high slot after a feed from Schmidt. Near circle. Bennett down to the corner. Still has it. Sam Bennett out to the line. Ekblad there. Right circle. Marchand. Bennett right circle. A shot that's blocked by Tanev. Back out to the line. Schmidt. Power play winding down. Ekblad has it here at the near point. Pass across, on a bounce. Sam Bennett's there. Bennett, Schmidt up high. Over to Ekblad, in front of Chance. Whoa, the save somehow, some way stopped Evan Rodriguez on a chance right out in front of a picture-perfect setup. And the Leafs get back to full strength. The Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play, though not for a lack of pressure and trying.
Stellar save by Wall there. Ekblad looks like he's going to rip it, and he goes backdoor to Rodriguez, and somehow Wall's able to do the splits. Get that left pad on it before Rodriguez could get that puck in, and a really good pump fake there by Ekblad. Looked like he was going to shoot all the way with a one-timer, and Wall never bit and stayed deep in his crease. And because he was deep in his crease on that play, was able to push over strongly with that right leg and get over in time. And that's a goaltender reading the play well.
That's a big save, plain and simple.
At the right time there, he was able to really read that shot and knew Ekblad was going to put the last second and slides across and stonewalls Rodriguez.
Still early stages here, 8:18 left in the first, but biggest save we've seen either goalie have to make so far in this one. That save right there from Joe Wall, who's turned away 9 of 9. Anton Lundell into the neutral zone. Morgan Riley stops it up, and then Max Pacioretty will dump it in. Puck goes around the end boards, but now we've got ourselves a whistle, and it looks like an offside call. 8:09 left in the first period. No score. We will go to immediate timeout. No score here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. Back with more in a moment. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Celsius has been dropping new flavors, and one of the latest is Cosmic Vibe. It's a vibrant and juicy fruit punch that I'm going to go ahead and say is out of this world. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
South Florida, remember eating a blue raspberry treat and showing off your blue tongue? Astro Vibe is that tasting experience, just without the blue tongue. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
8:09 to go, first period, no score. Panthers in the Leafs, Game 4, presented by AutoNation. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The biggest names in the game.
Kudrov, score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. IS HD2 Boca Raton.
So the Panthers and the Leafs here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. We are scoreless. Leafs lead the series 2-1. Toronto is the team that's had to weather some storms early in the game so far.
They have four defensemen with over 20 block shots in these playoffs, and it becomes really noticeable on the penalty kill. They are getting in lanes and making it tough for the Panthers to get pucks through.
The Panthers some good power play pressure, though they are 0 for 2. Puck played down by Morgan Rielly. Max Pacioretty, far corner. Ekblad in there against him. Does wind up with the puck. Ekblad tries to clear, but Nylander shoves him off the puck. There to help out, though, for the Panthers, it's Barkov across for Evan Rodriguez, and the Panthers get it out. Back inside the Leaf line here on the near boards. Rodriguez catching up to one across. Reinhart reaching for it, poked away. Ekman Larson battles Reinhart to the corner. Barkov after it then far side. He'll leave it out at the far point for Eetu Luostarinen coming in fresh off the bench. Couldn't hold it in though. Gus Forsling drills it back in from neutral ice. All the way around it goes. Deflects, and now the Panthers have it. Lundell, long shot and a right pad save made by Wall. Out to the near point, Mikkola. Wrists it behind the net, out of the reach of Luostarinen. Around it goes, far side. Lundell bumped down by Matthew Nyes. Loose over on that far side of the ice. Morgan Rielly a jam at it, and he's able to nudge it on for Matthew Nyes, who skates up towards center, plays one in. Nico Mikkola racing back for it. Nyes in there against him. Mikkola played it up the far boards. Marner took it away. McCabe out at the left point for Toronto. Backdoor pass. Matthews in close. Shut! Oh, what a glove save made by Bobrovsky to stop Matthews in close. Biggest chance Matthews has had in the series, maybe. And Sergei Bobrovsky, he comes to the rescue there to keep this game scoreless with 6:45 left in the opening frame.
Cross-ice pass, and Matthews wide open on that back door. Sergei Bobrovsky come over, and he stops. He doesn't overslide or anything. Just squares himself up with the shooter. Not a lot of room there. Matthews tried to stuff it short side. Bobrovsky had that glove out. Superb goaltending there. Just squaring himself with not oversliding, not overcommitting. Got out pushed, got squared to Matthews, and alert on time. And that cross-ice pass was a beauty. And Matthews, as you said, that's one of his better looks that he's had in this whole series.
Out in front of chance, and Marner put it wide. That one right off the Matthews face-off win.
And the Panthers have struggled in the face-off circle.
And the Leafs traditionally do pretty well in that department. As Verhaeghe skates up the near side. He'll dump it down and around the end boards. 2-on-2 scrum. Puck squirts free, and after it is Matthews. But now
we got another Toronto penalty.
A hooking call.
Just 3 in a row against the Leafs.
It is.
Well, this is if you can't keep in these penalties.
Yeah, they're playing with fire.
Going your way, you got to be able to capitalize on one of them. And for the Panthers, now if they're going to sit back in that soft box, now get it back to the point and rip it. Get multiple players in front of Wall. Look for those shooting lanes. And if you're a defenseman and you don't have the shot, shoot it wide off the end boards and just cause havoc. Can't look for pretty plays because they are collapsing down. And this ends up power play number 3. Talking about those faceoffs, that's a drawed up play there by Matthews. Quickly back to Marner, and Marner just barely missed the net.
Off the face-off, loose puck to the corner. Verhaeghe looking out front. Pass deflects off the side of the net. Steven Lawrence doesn't clear. Kachuk right circle. A blast. His stick broke right in half. And now the Leafs will bring it along. Scott Lawton banks it along. Didn't get it down. Second chance he does. And back inside the Panthers zone, Seth Jones to handle it. 20 seconds off the power play.
Kachuk's stick just evaporated taking that shot.
Yeah, stick didn't help him out there. Here's Kachuk to play it down to our left as he gets a new stick. And now in the far corner, Jake McCabe. He'll fling one rink wide and all the way down along the ice softly. That'll eat up time. And now Bobrovsky back behind the Panthers net to give it to Seth Jones. 1:22 on this Panthers power play presented by our friends at Publix. Up the ice, Sam Reinhart looks to Barkov. In offensively, Barkov slides it over to Kachuk along the right boards to the corner. Reinhart up top straight on Jones. Has it bounce away, recovers. Gives then to Verhaeghe. Into the corner, Kachuk left side. winds it out to the right point. Taken there by Reinhart. Down low, Tkachuk in front. The pass broken up by Carlo. The Leafs can't settle control, but the puck eventually bounces out of the zone, and Reinhart back at center ice to start the regroup. Straight on for Verhaeghe. Poke checked at the line, and Matthews is there to clear. 47 seconds left in the penalty for hooking against the Leafs. Matthew Nyes.
Don't love that hoe pass, backhand pass by Tkachuk. He makes it a lot, but if they're collapsing like that, it has to be around the perimeter.
Up the right side, it's Ekblad, then Rodriguez. Winds one around, bouncing puck, Marchand to the corner, Bennett. Sam Bennett here on the left wing side, out to the point for Marchand. To the net, funny bounce off a skate, loose in front of the goal. Right circle, Ekblad across, Marchand looking back across the front of the net. The pass defended by Tanev, Marchand recovers, but then he had it stolen away. McCabe doesn't clear, good hold by Ekblad. Then it's Schmidt into the near circle for Marchand. Up top, Nate Schmidt across, hits Ekblad, high slaughter is shot. It's gloved down by Joe Woll, the goaltender, his 11th save. 4:27 left in the first. No score. Toronto 5 seconds away from an impressive 3-for-3 start on the penalty kill here in the opening frame. Depending on really whether or not this face-off goes the way of the Panthers or the Leafs, that'll determine if the Panthers can get another chance here in the last 5 seconds.
But for the Panthers, the second unit has looked more assertive in what they're trying to do. It's not a lot. Get it through, get the shots on net. That's what the first unit has to get back to, is just simplify it. And anytime you take a shot, don't look for the pretty plays. Just get it there. And you're right, this Toronto Maple Leaf group has done a good job on the penalty kill. They've kept everything out of the middle of the ice. The Panthers can't get into that slot area. And coming in, their metrics show that they're one of the best teams in protecting the slot.
Oh, did Oliver Ekman-Larsson just gun that one out of play?
Airmail it out in the crowd. They won the faceoff, did the Leafs, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson saying it went off the glass. And we're going to get a conversation here between our linesmen and the referees. We'll take a look once we get it on our replay to see if it just airmailed straight up into the stands.
It was right off the draw. Matthews won the faceoff cleanly. Ekman-Larsson, knowing the power play for the Panthers was winding down, he just wound up for the big slapper, and puck must have been on its side because he just sent that one straight in the air. Unless it did go off the glass, tough to tell from our vantage point.
Well, that looked like it went straight out. He went back and he got it down deep in the corner and just went to wire it off the glass. Looked like it went straight in the stands.
Well, we wait for the call here. Let's listen in downstairs.
Here's off the glass. This should be a 2-minute delay game. I don't see any way around it.
Well, now you're at a point. Toronto is just, talk about taxing your penalty kill units here. They're asking a lot.
And it's keeping a lot of their, I know Matthews and Marner's kill penalties, but it's keeping a lot of their star players on the bench.
It disrupts the rhythm of the bench.
Yeah, the rhythm of the bench, the whole thing. And you're getting your superstars out there. They're touching the puck, feeling good about themselves. You'd like to have a goal on the board, have something to show for it. And so far, the Maple Leafs penalty killing group has been able to stand up. As you said, though, the more and more you put pressure on it, this is already, they've been shorthanded for 6 minutes, working on 8 minutes unless the Panthers score.
Off the face-off, Panthers have it. It's a 5-on-3 that turns to a 5-on-4. Jones, the shot fought off by Woll. So now 1:53 in the power play. Backdoor, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe on the power play! And the Panthers lead 1-0.
There's how you do it. You get it back to the point, and Jones just let it rip with traffic in front. Then it comes on the sideboards. And they still hadn't got their full 4 men back on the ice. They're able to do it that quickly. It's still basically a 5-on-3 power play. And a quick pass off that big rebound on the boards, right on the stick. Matthew Tkachuk one-times it back door to Carter Verhaeghe, able to beat Woll. And those 4 penalties finally come back to haunt the Leafs. And that was almost a must for the Panthers.
Yep.
If you get 4 power plays in the first period, you have to capitalize. And you got the shot. You got the rebound recovery. You get it back, quick passing play, snap, crackle, pop into the net, 1-0 lead on the power play.
So a face-off from center ice. Bennett will stand in against Domi.
Forget about Carter Verhaeghe's regular season, by the way. He's back.
29 playoff goals as a Panther, and that pads his all-time lead in that department for the franchise. Up the far side, Domi to Pontus Holmberg. He breaks free, far side looking out front. It's knocked away by the goal stick of Bobrovsky as he was trying to set up Brandon Carlo, and then Bennett clears. Here's Tkachuk with Nate Schmidt hopping in the rush. Tkachuk pulls up, waits for a trailer. Verhaeghe near side. Cuts down to the corner and then down behind the net. Verhaeghe over on the far boards. Tkachuk out to the line. Nate Schmidt. A shot, and that deflects away from the front of the goal. Scooped up by Holmberg. Given then to Morgan Riley, and he will launch it out to the neutral zone. Nate Schmidt plays it right back in. 3:34 to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers. It took 4 tries, but they break through on the power play. Carter Verhaeghe giving the Panthers the 1-0 lead late in the first. Morgan Riley behind the net.
Carter Verhaeghe's just been a beast, not only getting back on the score sheet, but he came into this game with 35 hits. He's been hitting everything in sight. Not normally his game, but he's blew up a few Maple Leafs along the way with some big-time hits.
Second on the Panthers in hits in the playoffs coming into this one. On the end boards then, it's Tavares to Nylander, rolling puck to the side of the Panthers net, and Bobrovsky lunges out to cover, taking us to our final media timeout here in the opening frame. 2:58 left in the first. 1-0, the Panthers in front of the Leafs. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. We'll be back in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with USPS Ground Advantage Service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
1-0 Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. That goal came on a Publix power play. Remember to feed your fandom with the new Panthers sub, only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Face-off near circle down to our right. Hot honey chicken, bacon, pickles, your choice of cheese.
Load it up.
The Publix sub, the Panthers Publix sub.
Get it all.
Face-off near circle down to our right, and Gus Forsling will launch it out of the zone. Down to our left it goes. Evan Rodriguez after it. Back behind the net. Morgan Riley cuts it off. 1-0 Panthers here. Around the end boards, Oliver Ekman-Larsson launches one on. Too hot to handle for Nylander at center. Bouncing puck and Barkov able to keep the puck for the Panthers offside, despite a lot of pressure, but now an offside call. 2:35 left in the first. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Leafs here in this one. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? To make sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
As a player, you love to get in the game. You want to get ramped up, and all of a sudden with all those penalty kills on the Leafs side, Tavares, Nylander, nice, Pacioretty. You go down the list, a lot of their top guns, their top six, especially outside of Marner and Matthews, haven't been able to get on the ice. They got to get their legs rolling, kind of get reset underneath them. From the Panthers' perspective, the players that want on the ice touching the puck, feeling confident about everything, when you get those power play opportunities, even the first three where you had a lot of time, it still builds confidence into you and what you're trying to do offensively.
Puck played in by Tanev down to our right. Feels like Tanev hasn't come off the ice in the game yet because of all those penalties. Here's McCabe, a shot, and that one looks like stopped by Bobrovsky. Got his blocker out on that, and the Panthers able to get a clear. Tanev backed up to the Leaf line. 2:17 to go in the first period. 1-0. Panthers in front. Marner stopped up the line by Mikla, and then the Panthers work it the other way. Marchand sends it down to our left. Awful lively bounce. It's played out to the line out of the zone as Jones dumps it in. The Panthers will get a change, and Matthew Nye hands it back for Jake McCabe.
There's that gap control again. Mikla, Marner trying to enter that zone. It's been tight. Nate Smith is standing up here. You got the support coming back from Bennett. That is the game plan that Paul Maurice wants. Defenseman tight, forward support.
A lane for Tkachuk, left side. He cruises in, and then he places it down behind the net. McCabe mishandles one, gave it away out front, and that one just hopped away from Verhaeghe. He almost had one gift wrap for him right there. And now back in go the Panthers. Verhaeghe, he works into the far circle. A backhand lob down wide. He had pressure on him, couldn't get a shot away cleanly. Benoit to Yarncroke, and then dangling ahead is Scott Lawton, who lofts one down to our right. A race for it here between Lawrence and Kulikov. They battle into the corner boards. Nate Schmidt back to grab control of the puck. Hands to Barkov. Then it's Reinhardt up the right side. Reinhardt plays it down to the far corner, stays with it against Benoit, left it over along the far boards. Tavares and Barkov collide. Neither one wound up with the puck, and now it's Nylander giving here on the near side to Ekman Larson, who snapped it cross ice. Minute to go here in this first period. 1-0 Panthers. A chance for Reinhardt, and his shot stopped by Wall, who got the right pad on it. Cut into the high slot, a chance to develop quickly. Rodriguez on the end boards. He's running too hard there by Benoit, who's been throwing the body around in the first. Puck play out the line, and that one didn't clear. Ekblad. Now Rodriguez, then a one-timer from Forsling is blocked away by Wall. Puck play down and around the end boards, then action inside the Leafs zone. Pacioretty and Lundell tie up on the far boards. Puck goes out to the right point. Ekblad to Forsling left point. Forsling holds, sends it down behind the net. Lundell into a tie-up. It's loose. Played up the near side, 18 seconds. And the Leafs get a clear from Nylander down to our right. You talk about the Leafs asking a lot of their penalty killers, asking a lot of their goaltender here in the first period, too.
Exactly.
He's made 14 saves.
And it's the defenseman from the Panthers causing pressure and turnovers.
Lundell, a backhand that's blocked away by Wall, and that's going to do it for the opening period.
Will Serena with a reverse hit there on the end on Holmberg.
So 20 minutes in the books, 1-0 Panthers on a Carter Verhaeghe power play goal. We will have one of the Panthers coming your way from rinkside here in just a moment, so keep it locked here for that. And then coming up after that, Kevin Rogers will have full stats and highlights and the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard.
4 power play opportunities leads to momentum. Verhaeghe with the power play goal, but when the game was 5-on-5, what the structure you're looking for, and I'm looking here up top, is the gap control from the defenseman. Even that Reinhardt chance, you got the defenseman stepping up and you got the forward coming in behind. And all of a sudden the Leafs are looking to go offensively. That quick turnover, bang, it's on the stick of Reinhardt coming down that left wing for a scoring chance. He found a way there through that middle of the ice. That was really good, and what you're establishing with that 5-on-5 hockey is that forechecking presence. And Joseph Wall had to be fantastic in that opening period for the Leafs. There was plenty of opportunities for the Panthers to have much more than one goal cushion after one. The Leafs survive it. And like I said about the Leafs last game, when they came out with that really torrid first period, was it maintainable? Can you play that type of hockey for 60 minutes? And the answer was no. You know there's going to be spurts coming back against you, so you're going to have to be able to ramp it up and keep it at that tempo.
So 20 minutes in the books, 1-0 Panthers on a Carter Verhaeghe power play goal in the first period. And now we go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. We've got Panthers forward A.J. Greer here with us after one period of play. And A.J., first thing I got to ask you, you and Tomasz Nosek, Jonah Gadjevich, the three of you guys together, you guys had a great run going late in the regular season. You guys were reunited last game into this game. Feels like you guys picked up right where you left off as a unit together. How's it felt for the three of you out there?
Oh, it's felt great. When you're a depth player, you got to be ready to go whenever you get the call. And I think they did a great job of just staying composed, no hesitation in their game, and really just keeping it simple and doing the things that they do best. And I read off them, so it's good chemistry. Do the simple things, do it hard, and really just get behind them.
Yeah, and AJ, from watching up here, your line is not. You had the goal last game, but you're also winning your shifts. No matter who you're out there against for the majority of the time, and that's a big advantage. Leads into the trust from Paul Maurice. But how much is not only scoring, hitting, but spending time in the offensive zone when you're out there and bringing that energy?
Offensive zone, D-zone reloads, good breakouts, and again, like you said, winning the shifts. It doesn't have to be a goal. You create opportunities. We get on their D, and the biggest thing is also winning those faceoffs and being able to put that next line into the right position. So, just go into the O zone, stoppage of play, face off, and then we get our first line, second line out there, and we put them in a good position. So I'm really happy with how the first 20 has started, and looking forward to the next 40.
And AJ, last thing here for you. I know it's a big part of your game, but last game, you guys as a team, you pretty significantly out-hit the Leafs. Felt like as the game went on, maybe they were forcing some passes because you guys were getting to them so quickly on the forecheck. How important is it to be physical with their defense continuously as this game goes along?
Yeah, it's one of the most important things in this series. They're an extremely skilled team, and when you give them space, they'll create opportunities. So as long as we keep those gaps tight, we stay on them, hard forecheck and finish their D. As soon as they get the puck the next time, they're going to be thinking that we're going to be pounding them. So we got to be ready and, stay on top of them.
AJ, thanks so much.
Keep it going, AJ.
Yep, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's AJ Greer, the Panthers downstairs outside the room. And, again, he's one of those guys. Every time he's on the ice, he's going to make you feel it one way or another. He's going to make you feel it when he's out there. And I think the same thing can be said for the two line mates he's with as well.
Later in my career, I lived in that role. And you knew exactly what your job was, and he's right. When you're able to win a shift, set up the next line maybe for an offensive zone faceoff, you're doing your job, and along with the hits and the physicality. And you got A.J. Greer and you got Gadjevich on the same line. What are you going to do against them if they run you over? You start going.
Yeah, tough to go to the corners when you're dealing with them.
Yeah, no one's going to push back, and that's where that period you want to test Toronto. You want to test them physically, board battles, and that rim dump that the Panthers always use, you can see how hard it is to handle. A couple of times they rimmed around. Morgan Riley had a chance to play it, misplays it. They love and force you to play on that yellow dasher with those rim dumps, and a lot of times they come out with possession. That is their offensive attack. I thought they got back to that last game, and you could tell in that opening period there was a commitment to dump pucks in. Nothing fancy. Let's not get here at the blue line unless we have a ton of speed going forward. Dump, hit, force, simple game plan, and the reads and reacts through the middle of the ice was Panther hockey. You were able to slow down the Leafs. We did not see a lot of speed because they were short-handed so much was a big part of it, but when it was 5-on-5, the Leafs' speed, which can really, really hurt you, was tampered.
Panthers 1 and the Leafs nothing through one period of Game 4 presented by AutoNation. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any broadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you at Amerant Bank Arena. Kevin Rogers takes over next. Full stats and highlights, a look around the rest of the league, all that and more. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs through 1 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida, our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena, Game 4 of this best-of-7 second-round series between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. Toronto leads the series 2-1, but the Panthers lead tonight 1-0. As the Panthers going to go from Carter Verhaeghe. We'll play it back in just a few moments. Panthers coming off the overtime win on Friday with the Brad Marchand game-winning goal in OT. 5-4 victory for the Panthers to avoid a 3-0 series deficit. Now the win tonight, all of a sudden it's a new series, 2-2, headed back to Toronto on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. But again, 40 minutes left in this one. Still a long way to go. But the Panthers doing a good job of stifling the Maple Leafs in the first period. Did help. The Panthers had 4 power plays, scored on one of them, but also Sergei Bobrovsky. He has not had a lot of saves, saw just 4 shots on goal in the first period, but all of them counted just the same, including stopping Austin Matthews.
Nyes, who skates up towards center, plays one in. Nico Mikkola racing back for it. Nyes in there against him. Mikkola played it up the far boards. Marner took it away. McCabe out at the left point for Toronto. Backdoor pass. Matthews in close. Shot. Oh, what a glove save. Made by Bobrovsky to stop Matthews in close. Biggest chance Matthews has had in the series, maybe. And Sergei Bobrovsky, he comes to the rescue there to keep this game scoreless with 6:45 left in the opening frame.
And a big save there by Sergei Bobrovsky. Austin Matthews does not have a goal yet in this series. He's had his problems against the Panthers in the playoffs in his career. So good job there by Bob. But again, mentioned earlier that the Panthers with 4 power play opportunities. So they had their chances with the man advantage, couldn't score the first few times, but then finally Carter Verhaeghe would score out in front, but the Panthers on the board.
Off the face-off, Panthers have it. It's a 5-on-3 that turns to a 5-on-4. Jones, the shot fought off by Wall. So now 1:53 in the power play. Backdoor, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe on the power play! And the Panthers lead 1-0.
30th career postseason goal for Carter Verhaeghe. His 4th of these playoffs comes in the power play. Matthew Tkachuk and Alexander Barkov assisting. 15:45 into the first. Panthers with a 1-0 lead, which is where we sit now after 20 minutes. And how about this little nugget that the Panthers leading after the first period for the first time since Game 2 against Tampa Bay back in the first round. They had gone 6 straight games without leading after the opening frame. So good to get the lead here as the Panthers out shooting the Leafs 15-4 in the first period. 4 saves for Sergei Bobrovsky. Joseph Wall, he's had a lot of work tonight. 14 saves on 15 shots. And the Panthers with that 1-0 lead. Again, Game 5 coming up on Wednesday night from Toronto. Now it's starting at 7 o'clock. Coming up, we will take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also South Florida sports scene. All that is straight ahead. Panthers won, the Maple Leafs nothing after one. Game 4 of the second-round best-of-7 series as we continue right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Paul Maurice at once, and that's exactly what he did. Just push it off the wall to himself to generate all those chances.
Marner dumps it in. McCabe, the defenseman, pinching in, plays it around the end boards. Here on the near side, Marchand beat Nyes to the puck, but Nyes stole it away. Nyes out to the near point. Marner a drive. It's blocked. Marchand off to the races. Can he get past the defense? No, it's batted at by Marner. And now Lundell finds a loose puck. Bottom of the near circle. Tried to thread it short side past Wall. Deflected away. Collision far corner. Matthews will clear. And the Panthers backed up to their own line. Here's Marchand up to the offensive blue line. Plays it into the Leaf zone. Tanev behind the net. He's running too hard by Luostarinen. Tanev to McCabe. He got blasted too. Long outlet pass, though, on the money for Nylander. Power move to the net. Nylander, and he ran out of real estate there. He was left with nothing but a really sharp angle, and Bobrovsky made the left pad save. Puck dumped in by
Now we got
Bennett.
something. We got
Nyes and Forsling behind the play. Yeah, and our
got
linesman get in the middle there before anything can erupt. Ekblad up the far boards. Pacioretty a takeaway, and now a race into the neutral zone as Nylander receives the feed off the boards. He'll put on the brakes against Bennett. Penalty coming against the Panthers here.
Yeah.
Bennett knocked Nylander down here along the near boards. Then Kachuk in. He gave a glove to the face of Pacioretty. And now the Panthers need to be careful here. Now you've got Ekblad wrapped up with Tavares, which has been continuing on over the course of the series. 9:50 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers, and we'll wait and see what's going to come out of this. Then we'll take our next media timeout.
Nylander took that long stretch pass, and it's hard to beat Forsling one-on-one, but he got around and put his shoulder down deep.
Yeah, Bennett goes off, so
That's a
a 2-minute
chance.
penalty, and the Leafs back to the power play. When we come back, we're going to take a timeout. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call, because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. 9:50 left in the second period. We've crossed the halfway point. Panthers a 1-0 lead, a 23-7 shot on goal advantage. But for the second time in the game, second time in the period, and, well, second special team situation in a row, the Leafs going to the power play. Sam Bennett is assessed a 2-minute minor penalty prior to the media timeout for tripping. Took down William Nylander, and the Leafs back to the power play. They did everything but score on their last man advantage. They only had one real shot on goal to show for the two-minute opportunity. They're in the zone a lot.
Matthews, that attempt at one-timer behind the slot, if that hits the net, it's going in. And they worked it around, zipped it around, put a lot of pressure on the penalty killers. And down at the other end, Joseph Wall able to keep this game at a one-goal deficit for the Leafs. Now they're getting some power play opportunities of their own. That's what makes it a little bit scary. You would like to have added a goal or maybe even two, but
no, the Leafs just got a shot on goal. Even though we haven't got back to live action, they've adjusted the total here.
Yeah, forget about watching
They got another one. It's 23-9 now.
But Wall down at the other end has been exceptional for the Leafs in net. He's made a number of big saves, kept them around, hanging around him. We know how dangerous this Leafs power play is. That five-man unit, and when they get control of the puck, it is hard to get back.
So a face-off in the near circle down to our left. It's Reinhart against Tavares on for the draw. Tavares coming off the 2-goal game 3. And Tavares pulls the puck back, but Reinhart got there first. He'll walk up the near side. Reinhart to center, and then he pulls back a little bit to eat up time. Now he carries it up to the line. Gave to Barkov in front of Reinhart. A shot! Oh, what a save made by Joe Wall. The Leafs goaltender coming up with a huge glove save to keep Toronto within one. But Barkov and Reinhart putting on a clinic shorthanded there.
Reinhart's looking like he's going to attack one-on-one when he gets to the zone, but he pulls up and retreats, and all of a sudden the defense for the Maple Leafs start going forward. He gives it to Barkov, and when Reinhart gets it back, the Leafs are going the wrong way, and they're flat-footed. And that allowed Reinhart, and there is Wall again with robbery and a perfect shot from the slot on the most dangerous goal scorer on the Panthers, shorthanded.
Matthews in, left side, plays it down to the corner. Nyes after it, and it's knocked away by Mikkola. Here on the near side, Matthews. He'll shift it down to the corner where it's handled by Nylander. Nylander near boards, pass across left the zone. Yeah, that sequence, it's just two guys with really high hockey IQs basically playing a different game from everybody else when you have Reinhart and Barkov doing things like that shorthanded. Here's Tomas Nosek with a nice clear for the Panthers. Puck goes all the way down to our right. Nosek stays in after it. Plays one out front. Marchand with it. Peels off to the boards. Up top, big drive. Ekblad loose in front after a wall.
There's a penalty. Marner in front.
Penalty is coming up.
Nosek to penalty, and the Panthers assertive on this penalty kill, and they get a couple of chances. This time Marner's going to go to the box for tripping, and good on Nosek with the battle.
8:47 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers.
And Nosek, he had Marchand all alone in front. There was no one there. He tried to make a pass, got blocked on the way to Marchand. If that gets through, Marchand is going to have a glorious opportunity. They work it back to the point and drill another one, and Marchand got it back there for the one-timer for Ekblad, and going for the rebound was Nosek, and he gets tripped up by Marner. So 4-on-4 hockey for 57 seconds. Then back to the power play for the Panthers.
Face off to the right of Wall, down to our right inside the Leafs zone. We're going to go 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, then a 1-minute, 3-second Publix power play for the Panthers, where they're 1 for 4. Puck pulled back on Joe Wall, and then it's tapped to Riley, and then Ekman Larson, far side. Couldn't clear it by Lundell. And now to the near corner. Toronto on it again. Morgan Riley gave it away at the line. Ekblad to Marchand, a shot and a glove save made by Wall. And with 8.5 minutes to go in the second, 1-0, the Panthers in front. Well, Billy, the Panthers' pressure, it has gotten to the Leafs, and this probably goes back to Game 3, but just some puck decisions from Toronto at times here that are just making you scratch your head a little bit. That time, Morgan Riley just served one up to the line for Ekblad. It wasn't going to clear. It wasn't going to connect with one of his teammates. Not sure what it was supposed to be.
But that's what you try and do over a 7-game series is you want to hit, be physical every time, and puts a seed of doubt in some of the defensemen when they go back to get pucks, and we've seen it in these last couple of games that they have turned over pucks, expecting pressure and to be hit. Here, a misadventure again in front for defenseman McCabe.
Yeah, McCabe just almost lost control of the puck on his own. Marchand almost came up with it. Here's Lawton dancing in for the Leafs, had his stick knocked out of his hand. The Panthers able to get a clear. Now it's Lundell into the offensive end for the Panthers on the near side. Hands one back at deflects high in the air. Ekblad is able to hold it in the zone and bounced it off to Lundell. Back out to Ekblad, who had to retreat to the neutral zone. Panthers controlled there. Almost time to go back onto the power play for the Panthers here as Forsling backs into his own end. A 1-minute Publix power play as the Panthers get the top unit on. Left to right go the Panthers, right to left the Leafs. Here in the middle frame, 1-0 Panthers, 7:40 to play in the second period. Reinhart dumps it in. Around far corner Verhaeghe, who has the Panthers' power play goal tonight. Tkachuk out to the line, Seth Jones. Jones across, Verhaeghe left circle. Wrist shot deflecting. It's over the net, stays in play. Diving play, unable to clear with Benoit. Tkachuk side of the net. Trying to backdoor pass across. Carlo got a stick in there. Now Jones at the far point. Backhand to the far circle. It's cut off, but kept in by Barkov. Now Verhaeghe down low, Tkachuk. Back out to the near point, and it just got away from Reinhart. Was a hair out of his reach. That backs the Panthers to the neutral zone with 20 seconds on the power play. Back in, Barkov to the net, kicked away wall. Tkachuk rims it around near side. Verhaeghe on the boards. Out to the right point, Seth Jones has it. Gives to Reinhart. High slot, a shot. Barkov, and he missed high. Off the high glass, a lively hop. Carlo able to bounce it to the neutral zone. Jones back to his own line. Pass here to Reinhart near side. He absorbs a check from Benoit. Got it deep. Carlo up the near side. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. And the Leafs will break in. It's going to be Yarncroke. Backhand far side. Marner fresh off serving the penalty. He'll fling it down low. And looked like Marner just took a hard shot from Nico Mikkola, I believe, was over on that far side of the ice, and it stunned him a little bit. Meanwhile, back go the Panthers to the offensive end. Kulikov dumps it in. Around far side on a bounce. Evan Rodriguez shoved off the puck by Tavares. The Leafs try to advance it, unable to get a clear. Second chance, though. Morgan Riley gets it out. William Nylander in the neutral zone. Can't reel in control of the puck. It's dumped back in by Rodriguez. Behind the Leafs net, the goaltender wall to Morgan Riley. He's blasted by Sam Bennett. Now the Leafs do charge in. Nylander to the net, a wave at it. Can't get a pass to Pacioretty in front of the net. And the Panthers will start back. Here's Forsling to center. Looks off to the far side. Ekblad Rodriguez makes a move. Backhand shot save made by Wall with the left pad. And then it's Pacioretty to lob one to the neutral zone.
Panthers had a 4-on-2 coming back the other way with two defensemen leading the rush, Forsling and Ekblad.
Ekblad up the far side. It's Liljegren in front. Lundell shot save made. Wall the rebound from Greer. Just kind of hopped away on him there. Couldn't make clean contact. And Pacioretty clearing for the Leafs down to our left. There really hasn't been any 5-on-5 traction for Toronto in this game.
No, the Panthers know exactly what the Maple Leafs had for their pregame meal. They've been in the face every time they touch the puck. Here again, Matthews ducking a check.
Yeah, A.J. Greer went in there hard against him. Near side of the ice, Marner to play it down low. Nyes takes Seth Jones down hard. Here on the near side, Nyes reaching for a loose puck, and he'll absorb a check from Jones. Got the pass around. Tanev is running to in the far corner. Now behind the net, it's Marner to Nyes. Nyes, backhand feed down low. Marner up top, it's Benoit. Benoit across the line. Tanev into the far circle. He missed Matthews on the pass. Marner and Lundell are jostling here in the near circle. Benoit, the hold, a long shot, and Sergei Bobrovsky's going to stop that every single time. Right into the logo. 4:38 left in the second. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. The second period winding down. 4:38 remaining. The Panthers still with the 1-goal edge. Back with more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
4:38 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Everything is better on ice.
It scores through the legs. He's done.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. AIS HD2 Boca Raton.
4:38 left, second period. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs. Face off near circle down to our left, inside the Panthers zone, and Nosek, Gadjevich, Greer, the forward line with Schmidt and Kulikov defensively. Domi taking the face off for Toronto. Nosek waved out. Greer steps in. And Toronto controls off the draw, but a pass from Domi back to Riley just got away from the Leafs defenseman, so Toronto reloads at its own line. Far side, it's Carlo to Holmberg, back to Carlo, long feed, Morgan Riley in for Toronto, he'll dump it in, a race for it, back behind the net, Schmidt tied up there by Holmberg, loose puck back behind the goal, Gadjevich, he was tied up, couldn't get it clear, now to the line, Carlo, a shot blockered away by Bobrovsky, and the puck played up the near side by Nosek.
Those are dangerous from Carlo, he got traffic in front, those simple plays, and we saw it last game. Get it there, can bounce off bodies, that one goes down deep in the corner.
Bobby McMahon to the corner for Toronto. Shouldered there by Ekblad. A loose puck played around the inboards by Domi. It's stolen back. Rodriguez up the far side. And he dumped it in, but McCabe able to grab control for the Leafs there. Given to Tanev back behind the net. Almost lost it on his own with pressure from Reinhart coming in. Here's McCabe up the near side. Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He'll play one straight on. Forsling bats it away. Rodriguez in. Rodriguez to the front of the net. Now to the side of the goal. Whips one out front. It deflects away. Barkov runs it down in the corner. Up top then for Forsling. Left point back to Barkov. Left circle shot. And a save made by Wall on a puck that looked like it changed course slightly on the way. McCabe, long feed, Nylander off to the races. Forsling, can he catch him? Nylander in, backhand shot, and a save made by Bobrovsky, and he'll cover. 3:12 left in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. Sergei Bobrovsky, a nice save, but the defensive play from Forsling getting back against Nylander, not taking a penalty, not allowing Nylander to get much of a shot away. That was the key play there.
Just all effort to get back. Nylander, again, is just waiting at that far blue line for something to happen. Panthers have pressure. Nylander, and it gets out, and what a pass from down deep in the corner to spot Nylander, and he's off to the races, but Forsling just puts his head down, is able to disrupt that play. Nylander still gets that backhand off, but Forsling and his skating ability just flies all the way back. He was picking them up and putting them down as hard as he could, and you said it perfectly. Didn't take a penalty on the play.
Draw here in the near circle down to our left, and start to feel like the Toronto Maple Leafs are thinking plays like that may be their best chance to try and generate anything here. Riley is shot deflecting in front, and that one's wide. Over along the far boards, the Panthers don't get it out. Matthews in front for nice. There's a penalty coming here. Yep, Marchand touches up, whistle blows, and Panthers are going to have a man going off. Tripping is going to be the call. 2:57 remaining in the second period of Game 4. 1-0 Panthers, and heading to the box is Anton Lundell. So the Panthers will call on the penalty kill once again to protect the one-goal lead. We were talking about it, Billy, off the air a little bit. The Panthers have totally outplayed Toronto in every part of the game here tonight, but you'd like to see them get at least one insurance goal, because the longer this goes on, the Leafs are just one Panthers mistake away from tying this game up.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Just look at that last partial breakaway by Nylander. Now another power play opportunity, and like the first period, the Panthers got a load of power play opportunities. It's been switched here in the second for the Leafs.
Here on the near side, Marner plays it down to the corner, kept to the outside by Mikkola. Didn't get it out. Nylander threads it to Nyes. Nyes behind the net. Matthew Nyes, backhand pass. Matthews, Marner, one-timer blocked, and it's off Reinhart and out of the zone. And now a race heading down to our right. Reinhart, can he break away from Marner? A shot, save, rebound from the far circle, and Barkov's attempt looked like it was partially blocked on the way there. Nylander got over against him, but there's Barkov and Reinhart again generating some offense shorthanded, and they eat up a good part of the early portion of this Toronto power play.
Getting the shooting lanes, and all of a sudden Reinhart just goes down and shoots. That's kind of a pass-off pad on purpose. And that big rebound right on the stick of Barkov. Wall sliding across again.
Down to our right behind the net, it's Wall. Over then for Marner. 2:04 left in the second. 1-0 Panthers. Marner drops it off for Ekman Larsson. So that's it for the top unit for Toronto. Halfway through the penalty killer, the Panthers here. Domi, he'll dump it in. Around it goes. Nosek, far corner. Nosek into a tie-up, rolls it up the boards, got the clear. Out to the neutral zone, Ekman Larsson there to start the regroup for Toronto. 47 seconds on their power play. Oliver Ekman Larsson straight on. Dances in offensively, a shot, and that deflects up and into the mesh for a stoppage. So 40 seconds left on the power play. Let's see if Craig Berube elects to throw that top unit back on here. It doesn't look like he's going to.
That top unit with the 5 forwards, they did give up a couple of shorthanded goals in that opening round against Ottawa, and if you did get a chance to attack, like we have seen, go after them.
Well, Nylander is going to come on.
And that's what happened there. Reinhart knows he got the 5 forwards on the ice. He attacks Marner as hard as he can, put some pressure on it. We saw that on the other chance that Barkov ended up having. They're not accustomed to the normal D reacts that a defenseman would make, and it's like some opportunities shorthanded for the Panthers.
Morgan Riley at the line, straight on, a shot tipped in front, and Domi got a stick on that, didn't land it on goal. Nylander a hold here at the near point, kept it in for Toronto, pinballing puck. Mikkola has it, looks to shuffle it around, and is he going to get the clear? No. Ekman Larsson keeps it in. Pacioretty, high slot, Riley tipped out front, and Nylander and Domi, neither one able to get a good piece of that. It was Domi who redirected at the side of the goal and didn't get it on net. Here's Domi. Floats it toward the net, cut off and cleared by Mikkola, and that's going to do it for the Lundell penalty. What a kill there for the Panthers.
The Panthers got players, and they were chasing, got 3 penalty killers on one side of the ice. That left Riley wide open at the point. He was looking for that redirection in Domi, and Domi had it.
Now it's Lundell, shouldered off the puck by Scott Lawton.
No,
offside call against the Panthers here. 46.6 seconds left in the second period. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs in Game 4, presented by Auto Nation. The Leafs lead the series 2-1. Toronto took both games in Toronto. The Panthers won Friday night here in overtime 5-4 last time out. And the Panthers looking to even this thing up before it heads back to Toronto for Wednesday night's Game 5.
And Domi trying to deflect that puck. It never did get on net. He deflected it into his own skates. If he is able to get a clean deflection there, that's going to be problematic for Bobrovsky. So you get through that, that's always scary when that Leafs power play rolls out there. You can tell how dangerous it is, but back to 5-on-5.
Bobrovsky stopped 12 of 12. Now a takeaway. In go the Panthers. It's Verhaeghe left circle. McCabe closed the gap. The puck goes out to Schmidt. Across then Kulikov, a drive. And that one is wide. Loose off to the side of the goal. Lawton behind the net for the defense. Tanev, 26 seconds. McCabe almost fumbled that one right away. Behind the net, Tanev off the boards, far side. Got by Lawton. Picked up then by Nate Schmidt. Across for Kulikov. Pass straight on off Tanev. Down to our right it goes. 13 seconds to go in the second. Tanev, he'll wind it around far side. McMahon up the boards. A foot race down to our left. Kulikov there first ahead of Yarncroke. He'll bounce it into the neutral zone. And as it's played in by Verhaeghe, the final seconds tick away here in the second period. 40 minutes in the books, and we finish the second period the same way we finished the first period. 1-0 Panthers. That power play goal from Carter Verhaeghe still holding up as the lone tally in this one.
And Doug, the Leafs are getting obliterated through the middle of the ice with what they're trying to do. It just gets kept turnover after turnover, and the Panthers just keep shoving it back down their throat, getting the pressure. Can't get anything by Wall to show for it, but that structure through the middle of the ice, the Leafs are trying to get through there, and it's like trying to get through the Everglades. Swampy, muddy, mucking it down. Like to see that insurance goal. They get those power play opportunities, get the big kills, and large part because of Joseph Wall. This game is still just a 1-goal deficit. Anything can happen from this point moving forward. It does feel like you've totally controlled the game for the most part, did exactly everything that you want. But with the game breakers on the other side, with Matthews, with Marner, with Nylander, it's a heartbeat. It's just like we saw last game. It can happen in a blink of an eye. You have to be on your toes all the way, continue to play. Love what they're doing through the neutral zone with that 1-3 wing walk that they're able to play. They've been creating turnovers, and that leads to that forecheck pressure that the Panthers are notorious for. And a lot of Panthers shaking their heads after chances, going back to the bench after the saves that Joseph Woll made throughout the first and second period. He's been alarmingly good.
Yeah, there are multiple different storylines that have developed over the course of this game. One of them is Joe Woll.
Yeah, for Joe Woll to stand in there and stop 28 of 29 shots through the first couple of periods and keep this Leafs team in it. This becomes a really critical third period for the Panthers with this lead and maintaining it, holding on. And we know the difference between 2-2 and 3-1 where the Panthers are looking to get to. And we always say it, last game was a must-have, and now you have this 1-0 lead. And for the Panthers had that one-goal lead last game. They got back into that 1-3 shell a little bit too much for my liking. Just continue. You've been good defensively with that structure, but continue to make sure that you go after it to some extent. Go, and push, and make the Leafs play in their own end. That's tiresome. The more you can do that, better chance of success you're having. If I'm in that dressing room and if I'm the coach, I'm just going more of the same, boys. Keep rolling, more of the same. Let's not get back in any kind of shell.
So 1-0 Panthers through 40 minutes of play here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4 is presented by AutoNation. Toronto leads the series 2-1. Panthers trying to even it up here tonight. 20 big minutes of regulation time still to go here, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. Your Cats are on the hunt. Limited number of luxury suites available for the playoffs. Experience the action and style with family, friends, or colleagues. Lock in your playoff suite, 954-835-PUCK, or go to floridapanthers.com/suites. Let's keep Amerant Bank Arena loud here in the playoffs. And, well, we're going to step aside now. Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com and the Territory Talk podcast is here. He's going to join Kevin Rogers next for After 40. So that is straight ahead. They'll break down the first two periods. Jeff Blue out of town scoreboard after that. Then the world-famous former Twitter segment. You can tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from you. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs through two periods of play here in Sunrise. Full recap of all of it coming up in just a moment. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay handing it off to Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive. And After 40 next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission underway from Emerald Bank Arena. Panthers still holding on to that 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. Kevin Rogers and Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. As Game 4 tonight of the second round of the Eastern Conference Playoffs. Toronto up 2-1 in the series, so Panthers win tonight. We're knotted up at 2-2, headed back to Toronto for Game 5 coming up on Wednesday as we bring on Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we had a short stint on Friday night because there was a lot of goals, so now with no goals in the second, we got more of you, so that's always fun. So first off, your thoughts on the power play so far tonight. They got the Carter Verhaeghe goal, 15:45 into the first, his fourth of the postseason. But did you feel if the Panthers didn't cash in there, it would have been a really disappointing first if they couldn't get a power play on 4 opportunities?
I mean, you would have liked to, but obviously, just given how this series is and how tight it is, the Maple Leafs are just putting so many bodies in front of the net. They're blocking a ton of shots. That being said, the puck movement's been nice in the power play. They haven't really been getting off any set plays for the most part. They're still getting more pucks on net than we've seen. Seth Jones is doing a great job holding the blue line. They're getting a lot of good zone time on the power play. That's what I care about more than anything. There's some power plays where the puck just keeps getting cleared and you're never in the zone. That's a bad power play. Tonight, they had some pretty good power plays. Feel like another one's coming. It's based on the way this game's going. It feels like each team's going to get at least one more power play here in the third period, and one of them's going to cash in. For the Panthers, that'd be a huge goal. But overall, the power play, it's still kind of getting its legs. Seth Jones has only been there with this specific group of guys since the playoffs started. Let's not forget, Matthew Tkachuk didn't get in there until Game 1 against Tampa, so they're still kind of finding their chemistry together. That being said, I think it looks better and better every game.
Sergei Bobrovsky made 4 saves in the first period, made 8 in the second, but Bob, another big save for him to keep this a 1-0 Panthers lead.
McCabe, long feed, Nylander off to the races. Forsling, can he catch him? Nylander in, backhand shot, and a save made by Bobrovsky, and he'll cover. 3:12 left in the second, 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. Sergei Bobrovsky, a nice save.
And a big save there for Bob. And in, the last 5 periods, Jameson, William Nylander, no goals. He did have 2 assists in Game 3, but still after the hot start in Game 1, just 1 goal since. The Panthers have put the clamps down on him.
Yeah, he's been looking for plays just like that, too. It's either him, Tavares a little bit. The Maple Leafs always seem to have at least one guy camping out of the blue line, trying to get that breakaway, stretch the Panthers' defense out. They had success with that in the first 2 games, not so much here the last 2. But, yes, Bob made the save, but Gustav Forsling chasing down William Nylander on that play. There's maybe a handful, 4 or 5 defensemen in the NHL that can close the gap on William Nylander and disrupt him enough to make that save a lot easier for Bob. He's the Panthers' fittest player. He wins the award every training camp you see right there. That was just incredible. I'm going to watch that highlight if the Panthers win this game for years to come, because that's just, like I said, that's just otherworldly. Not a lot of players in the NHL can do that. I hope fans realize when they're watching that on TV, that is not normal. That is superhero stuff there from Gustav Forsling.
I know that it was 2 years ago, Jameson, but seeing what the Panthers have done to put the clamps on Austin Matthews in that second-round series 2 years ago and so far in this series, what do you see how the Panthers have just been able to silence him and keep him out of the net?
It's been the Panthers. He hasn't scored against the Panthers yet in the last 2 times they've seen each other in the playoffs, like you said, 2 years ago and now this year's series. Knock on wood, hopefully we're not jinxing anything talking about this, but he's eventually going to get it. He's Austin Matthews. He scored 60-plus goals in a season in this league. He's an elite goal scorer, but it's just something, not even just the Panthers, the playoffs. Early in his career, he was a playoff scoring machine, and now I think it's the last 18, 19 games maybe, he has 3 playoff goals, not just against the Panthers, that's against everyone, just total playoff games. So something about the playoffs. He's still great defensively. He's great in the face-off circle. He's doing a great job just kind of negating the Panthers when they're out there. But for a guy that, like I said, can score 60-plus goals, you expect that from him in the playoffs as well. So it hasn't been there, but the Maple Leafs are a team where if he's not doing it, we've seen it's William Nylander, it's Mitch Marner, it's Sean Tavares. They're deep enough that even if a guy isn't feeling it, one of those guys will step up. That being said, like I said, he's going to wake up eventually. He's going to get that goal. You just got to make sure it's not against you. The Panthers need to find a way to survive here for a little bit longer.
Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we appreciate it. We know we'll be talking to you Wednesday in Toronto. Hopefully we can also talk to you Friday back at home. But first we'll worry about Wednesday in Toronto. Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, as always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
There's Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. 2 periods down. Carter Verhaeghe is 4th of the playoffs, 15:45 into the first. Tkachuk and Barkov assisting. Sergei Bobrovsky so far 12 saves. Joseph Wall's made 28 saves on 29 Panther shots, but the Panthers still in front, looking for a split of the first 4 games. Coming up, we have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers won. The Maple Leafs nothing after 2. Game 4 of this second round Eastern Conference best-of-7 series continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Nothing lead over the Maple Leafs. Kevin Rogers with you. Carter Verhaeghe, power play goal in the first. That's held up so far. Panthers looking for back-to-back wins to tie the series up at 2 games apiece. Game 5 coming up Wednesday in Toronto. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. This afternoon in Dallas, the Stars taking a 2-1 series lead over the Jets. Dallas beats Winnipeg 5-2. 3 in the third for the Stars, including a goal from Mikko Rantanen. He continues to be on fire as the most points in the postseason in the NHL, his 9th goal of the playoffs. Dallas now up 2-1. Game 4 coming up on Tuesday, the standalone game in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Coming up tomorrow, 2 games, and the Hurricanes look for a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Capitals in Raleigh. And Game 4 of that series, Carolina up 2-1 after shutting out Washington in Game 3. Vegas can even up Edmonton at 2-2 if they can grab a win tomorrow night at 9:30 in Edmonton, as the Oilers led 2-0 early in Game 3. Vegas tied it. Edmonton could not go to overtime as Riley Smith scored in the final second of regulation to give Vegas its first win of the series, and they'll look to even things up at 2 apiece with a win tomorrow night in Edmonton. Coming up, we will take a look, or we're going to go to our world-famous Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers won. The Maple Leafs nothing after 2. Game 4 of the second-round best-of-7 series continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
1-0 Panthers in Game 4. Let's get to the world-famous former Twitter segment quickly. Roy in Scotland, Ralph tuned in from the air. We've got Scott the Cop / Marine tuned in Georgia. Special note, all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a party tonight. Rob in Massachusetts, Carl, Northwest Indiana. Jeff tuned in. Dr. Greg, Kurt, South Carolina, Twitter captain. Jason in New York on Sirius XM. Nisi in Tennessee. Judy in Australia. Papa Bear in Pittsburgh. Sean the Hawk is with us tonight. Guru 305 tuned in from Palm City. We've got Noah, Providence, Rhode Island. Gil in Houston. Terry in Louisiana. Dino in Utah. Bruce in Fontainebleau. Also Paul in Naples tuned in. D. Matthews tuned in. Stevie Joe the Dogs, Hank and Chicken Wing tuned in tonight. Andrew and Emily and Miami fan for life out in Arizona. Third period next. 1-0 Panthers on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit FloridaPanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. Presented by AutoNation. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs. Leafs lead the series 2-1. Panthers trying to even the series up, and off we go here in the third. Nico Mikkola plays it down to our left around the end boards. Jake McCabe to Chris Tanev up the near side. Bouncing pockets. Panthers right to left. Toronto left to right here in this third period across your radio dial. Matthews pressuring Jones. Now Nyes comes up with the puck, gets it deep into the Panthers' end, and pressures Nico Mikkola. The Panthers get it moving. Lundell into the neutral zone with it, and he will flop one down to our left back behind the Leafs net. Brad Marchand wins a race to it. Leaves it back behind the goal. Anton Lundell, far corner. He'll wind one around near side. The only one in the neighborhood is Brandon Carlo for Toronto. He scoots along. Near boards. Lost it. Now Morgan Riley bangs it up the near side. Lawton to Yarncroke. Dances out front. A shot. He sent it wide. Over on the far boards. A loose puck swatted back through the neutral zone by Rodriguez. Close ice. It's Morgan Riley. Here to Carlo and then on for Yarncroke. He'll dump it in. Ekblad in the corner. Shoved there by Stephen Lawrence. The puck rolls away. Forsling to clear. He'll get it out for the Panthers. Ekman Larson down to our left. Back and forth with Shimon Benoit. Ekman Larson long pass to center. Angled down to our right by Lawrence. Batted aside by Bobrovsky. Stephen Lawrence in there first for the Leafs. Over in the far corner. Bennett cancels him out. Puck played up the far side. Lawrence intercepts. Whips it to the goal. Save Bobrovsky in front. It was Tavares to Nylander, and it just bounced away. Back come the Panthers then. It's Evan Rodriguez up the near side to dump one in. Down to our left behind the goal. Benoit to Nylander. Nylander bounces one along. The Leafs don't clear. It rolls in on Wall. He'll cover. Shoving in front.
Oh, another collision in front here, and all of a sudden Wall's a little bit banged up here.
And Benoit bumped Ekman Larson into his goaltender Wall and Joe Wall back to his feet. 18:26 left in the third. 1-0 Panthers. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Robert Griepers, our on-site engineer, and back in studio control, Trevor Harris. And tell you what, that's one thing. If you look over at Joe Wall's brief run in the National Hockey League, where if you're a Leafs fan, you're probably holding your breath there, because there have been some instances where Joe Wall has had injuries flare up at times. And it looks like he's okay here, and you wish for the health of everybody, but that's been one thing that he's dealt with in his brief time in the National Hockey League, is sometimes staying on the ice.
That is true. And some of the numbers through the first opening period: Panthers 15 scoring chances compared to 7 for the Leafs. 4 grade A scoring chances for the Panthers, only 1 for Toronto. And if you're looking at the odd man rushes, which has hurt the Panthers, there's only been 1 at each side. So this game has been played down in the trenches.
And that's the Panthers' wheelhouse as Verhaeghe dumps it down to our left. Panthers would like to get a little bit more of a cushion here, though. Just a 1-goal lead going back to that Verhaeghe goal in the first period. A power play tally way back in the opening frame. Nylander, a pass to Tanev, gets across center, try to rink-wide feed that didn't connect with Tavares, and the Panthers grab control back. Verhaeghe to Mikkola. Up the near side, Nico Mikkola to the circle. A shot, and a glove save made by Wall, and he will hang on there. 2:05 off the clock in the third period. 1-0, the Panthers over the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I love watching the fourth line guys play. Line change there, and all of a sudden Gadjevich, who scored a goal by driving hard to the net, that went off his skate last game. Nosek, same thing here. Mikkola has it down the side, and nothing's going to come of this play, but Gadjevich drives hard, takes the defenseman with him. That allows Mikkola some time to get that wrist shot off and pick his head up. Well, with another save, but put that head down, middle lane drive, you will open up space.
Schmidt to Kulikov, a shot tipped on goal. Wall down on the seat of his pants. He's able to make the save. That was a redirected puck out front that kind of trickled into the blue paint, and Joe Wall able to get on top of that. 17:49 left in the third. 1-0 Panthers.
Nosek was 55% in the faceoff circle last game, and the Panthers not good in the faceoff circle this game either. But they're able to win one there clean and get some traffic in front. Dangerous redirection.
Off the faceoff win for the Leafs. Ekman Larson clears. Kulikov backed up to his own line. Far side, Nosek up the boards, dumps it in down to our left. Paul Maurice had nothing but great things to say about the way that fourth line had conducted itself when they were out of the lineup, as now the Leafs scoot through center ice. Domi, far side Holmberg to Domi, left circle, a shot. He zipped it wide, rims around. Rear here on the near side will clear it down to our left. No icing here. The Leafs will have to play at Holmberg. Bumped by Gadjevich. Got to pass around for Benoit. Benoit then on for Ekman Larson. Banks it up the near side. Here's Bobby McMahon. Into the near circle. And he's dumped over by Ekblad. McMahon stays with it to Nylander in the near corner. Up top, Carlo. A big drive. And that one is high of the net. Off to the far boards. Picked up by Lundell. And he will hand it to Eetu Luostarinen over the offensive line. Off to the near point for Gus Forsling. A shot tipped on goal to save Wall loose in front. Whacking away as Marchand couldn't make good contact with it, but he has it on the near boards now. Plays it around. Ekblad touch pass Lundell. He's able to hold it in the zone. Put it down to the corner. Morgan Riley grabs it back, but getting back to that point about the fourth line, Billy, Paul Maurice said if he was going to bring them back in, he wanted to bring them back in as a trio, and they've not disappointed.
No, they haven't. Simple. Just play the game simple. It's easy.
Now the puck put to the net by Tavares in front of chance. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky on Matthew Knies. Backhand from right in front. The biggest Leafs chance of the game. And Sergei Bobrovsky protects the 1-goal lead.
Diabolical save by Bobrovsky. He's able to slide over. He went to cover the rebound with his glove. Lost it. The quick pass in front. And he's able to scramble over in time to make that save.
Now on the end boards, a collision. The Leafs have it. Marner in the far circle, backing out to the far point across McCabe. One-timer and a stick save, Bobrovsky. Now Tanev here to the near corner for Pacioretty. To the end boards for Tavares. John Tavares into the near corner. To the near circle. Good defensive pressure put on there by Matthew Tkachuk, who knocked the puck away, but Marner able to grab control, plays it around far point. It's McCabe there for the Leafs. Down and around the end wall. Puck rolls into the near corner. Carter Verhaeghe, the first one on it, and he will float one out to center. And here on the near side, a takeaway. Marner, he'll head in near circle to the near corner. Marner looking back to the high slot, deflected away. He was trying to feed Lott, and the puck goes down to our left. First sequence where the Panthers have really heavily leaned on Sergei Bobrovsky, and he came through.
Some pressure there, and Matthew Tkachuk at the end of a shift you got to get it out. He tries to force feed it through the middle of the ice, and it comes back the other way. Late shifts, just know it. This in third period, get it out. All of a sudden, big collision here.
Yeah, it's Ekman Larson who got a piece of Rodriguez in the neutral zone, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. It was away from the puck. Yeah, and it's going to be an interference call. We'll have to get a further look at it, but this is Evan Rodriguez down on the ice right now being tended to by Panthers head trainer Dave DiNapoli. And
hopefully he's going to be okay when we get a look at our replay.
Right. And it's Oliver Ekman-Larsson who got a piece of him. They were going through the neutral zone, and we haven't had a chance to see it a second time on our replay monitor, but
we're getting close here.
Evan Rodriguez is...
Oh, he just took him flat out. Didn't even have a puck.
Down right now.
So this is very similar to, not with the speed. There's not as much speed involved, but the Brandon Hagel hit on Barkov down deep in the corner in the first round against Tampa Bay. This is the same sort of scenario where a player doesn't have the puck and you go up high towards the head. The collision that Hagel hit Barkov with had a lot more speed involved in it, but Rodriguez is going to go down to the tunnel
and he's shaking up.
Well, that's an elbow to the head. They should. Yeah. They got to go 5 originally, and just take the review from there. But there should be a 5-minute major on Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
We have a major penalty on the play.
So now taken to review, which is correct, and I believe this 5-minute major will stand because the initial point of contact was the elbow up high on the head of Rodriguez. And it's unintentional. It's away from the play. And Rodriguez, that's a big miss. He's been playing good in this game, a lot of speed, and got his bell rung up high there. Not expecting that hit. Why would you? And Oliver Ekman-Larsson, not known normally for that kind of stuff, just kind of took a cheap headshot right at Rodriguez. And Rodriguez goes down to the ice, and this should be upheld. And the Panthers should get a 5-minute power play out of this, no question. What we've seen in the past, it's eerily similar to what we've seen against Barkov, but this is in the middle of the ice and not with quite as much speed and tempo involved.
Man, the puck wasn't there, so...
And there's head contact made. If there wasn't, Rodriguez wouldn't be laying down on the ice. He got dinged up high, and we're getting other looks at our replay, and yeah, no need for that. The puck was nowhere to be found. Wow.
So they reduce it to 2 minutes.
Okay. Roll with it.
So the Panthers wind up with the Public's power play. First things first, you hope Evan Rodriguez can shake that off quickly.
Just judging from what I've seen in the past with the interference calls, everything that's been that way has been 5 minutes. Even going back into our series, we saw a couple of interference calls that ended up being 5-minute majors. Nonetheless, 2 minutes, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We hope for the health of Rodriguez, and the Panthers do get 2 minutes on the power play.
So a face-off near circle down to our left. It would be a great place to see the Panthers make the Leafs pay and double their lead.
No shortage of stuff to talk about in this series.
Not at all. Face-off near circle down to our left. And off the draw, Toronto with it. Matthews, a quick clear. Down to our right it goes.
I just firmly believe that was going to be 5 just on basic past rulings, but down to 2 for Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Here's Seth Jones to Barkov, and then right side, it's Reinhart. Into the offensive end, it's played down, rims around, near side, Barkov out front. Kachuk fields it on a bounce in the far circle. Played it around the end boards. Here on the near side, Matthews a shoulder into Verhaeghe, but the Leaf don't clear. Seth Jones holds the puck near point. Near circle, Barkov, a shot blocked by Tanev. Into the near corner, Barkov with it. Barkov, he'll wind it around. McCabe cuts it off behind the net. Tanev, stick handles out of trouble, and then Marner there to punch it off the glass and out of the zone down to our right. 1:14 left in the Public's power play. Outlet feed immediately from Bobrovsky. At center, Reinhart. He'll give to Kachuk, then Verhaeghe. Into the near circle, down for Barkov. Dances out front, and it just goes wide. Tried to take it across the goal line, then that forehand to backhand move out front. Puck just went wide. Behind the net, it's Kachuk. Kachuk, far side of the ice, along the boards, it's Reinhart. Up top, Jones. To the high slot, Verhaeghe. Back out to Jones. Long shot, blockered away by Wall. Here on the near side, sliced at by Yarkrope. Here's Nyes on a breakaway, short-handed for Toronto. Nyes in shot, he missed wide. On the inboards, Nyes with it again. Jones in after him, and it's Barkov to come up with control then. 30 seconds left in the power play, and the Panthers dodge a big bullet there.
It's about as big as you can get. Jones tried to keep it in and alive at the blue line. Once he missed on it, Nyes was gone. In full flight, he tried to go high to the blocker and just missed up high.
Now Lawton a takeaway. Out of the zone, that one's going to take a bounce off Ekblad's stick. He was trying to feed it back to the defense. Leafs trying to push it offensively. Here's a long feed. Tanev in for Lawton, who stayed on side near circle. Backhand shot. It's wide. And that rims around to the far corner. Lundell didn't clear. Nylander far side. To Carlo right. Circle a shot. And he airmailed that one. Around it goes. And Lundell able to bounce one into neutral ice. The Leafs try to start back in, but an offside call. 12:57 left in the third. 1-0. It's the Panthers over Toronto. We'll bring it back for more. Game 4 presented by AutoNation in just a moment. A 1-0 Panthers lead here in Game 4 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
12:57 to go, period number 3. 1-0 the Panthers leading here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. 32-17, the Panthers out shooting the Toronto Maple Leafs here. And the goal tonight is to force this series back to Toronto for Wednesday night's game, tied 2-2.
Matthew Nyes, and that's what Joseph Walls meant down at the other end. Just one break, all of a sudden, Nyes had it on his stick on a clear-cut breakaway.
Face off coming in the neutral zone, and yeah, that was the most dangerous chance the Leafs have had the whole game. Their second leading goal scorer in these playoffs, Nyes. Here's Forsling up the center, and it's played down to our left. Wall, the goaltender, off the glass. Nosek used his body to keep it down low. Then it's Reinhart behind the net. Nosek slotting into the Rodriguez spot on this line with Barkov and Reinhart for now. Out to the near point, it's Forsling down here on the near side. Reinhart to the net. That one's wide. Rims out to the far point, taken by Forsling and played back down low with a backhand. In the far corner, Barkov gives to Nosek. He was tied up there. Panthers do keep it down low. Around the end boards, here's Brandon Carlo. Carlo across the ice. Morgan Riley for Toronto. 12:13 to go in the third. A 1-0 Panthers lead from a Verhaeghe power play goal back in the first. Still holding up. Long pass to center. The Leafs have it. Here's Matthews taking a feed from Marner. He'll play it down to a right off the end boards. Lewister in there. Marner leans into him. And a battle for a loose puck here on the near side. Matthews able to grab it. Then Marchand bumped it away. Forsling on the near side. He's dumped over but got the puck out beyond the line. Ekman Larson cross ice. Nyes over the blue line. Dumped over there by Ekblad. And the Panthers get a clear from Lundell all the way down to our left. And this will be whistled for icing. So 11:41 to go in the third. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Maple Leafs.
And back to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We do it. Other teams do it. But they just play on. If anything comes out of it, say player safety. Let them handle it. The refs handle everything on the ice, and I've always said you got to react to what's happening in front of you.
Yep.
Just move on because the call's been made. There's nothing you or anyone else can do about it at that point, and playoffs are physical, and there's just another example of it.
Face-off, far circle down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Out to the blue line, it's Morgan Riley across for Brandon Carlo. Now Nylander straight on at the blue line. Backhand to the net, and Bobrovsky somehow, someway, through traffic, makes the save with the glove and holds on.
Leafs are pushing here in the third period.
They are. They've been their best of the game.
Yes, they spent some time, and they're starting to create zone time, great scoring chances. This time they run the forward up high and able to get that backhand shot, and Panthers do a really good job blocking out in front, allowing Sergei Bobrovsky to see that backhander by Nylander. Look a lot for the Leafs. They do run Marner out high, try and get that forward lost with the two defensemen out around that blue line. Saw Marner get a goal like that, get an assist in this series like that. It's a dangerous play, and if you're a defenseman, you got to be aware to jump out high. It's uncomfortable, but you have to do it.
11:31 to go, third period, 1-0. The Panthers over the Leafs. Puck pulled out to the far point of Morgan Riley for Toronto. Action inside the Panthers zone down to the right. It's banked around the end boards. A race for it near side. Bobby McMahon behind the net. Max Domi. Domi looking out front. That pass deflected away. Kachuk far boards. On for Bennett. Panthers into the neutral zone. They work down to our left for Hagee. Gets it deep to the end wall. First one there is Sam Bennett. Into the near corner for the Panthers. Bennett along the near boards. A backhand of the net. Cut off by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He'll leave it on the end wall for Domi. Domi to the far circle. Long outlet for Morgan Riley. And then he peels back inside his own end. Pass across Ekman-Larsson. Then Riley. Morgan Riley back in his own end. 10:53 to go in the third. 1-0 the score. Long feed. Here's Marner heading in right side. Backhand across. Over the stick of Matthews, but he'll grab it on a bounce. Backhand to the net. Save me by Bobrovsky. Nice. Battling for a loose puck out front. Couldn't make contact with the rebound. And the Panthers get a clear from Jones.
Nice. Got a piece of that redirection off that end wall shot by Matthews. It was up high, but
McCabe to Tanev. Left side, it's Marner not able to field the pass. And Barkov drops it back inside the Panthers' end. Jones to Mikkola. Up the near side, it's out of the reach of Verhaeghe. Keeping the Leafs zone, Joe Wall leaving it for Simone Benoit. Up the far side, Benoit. Over the center red line, lofts one in. First one down for Toronto is Lawton, but he didn't reel in, control the puck. Ekblad for Lundell. Into the neutral zone, Lundell. He'll drive it down. A lively inboard bounce. Benoit blew a tire, almost took out his goaltender. But here on the near side, the Leafs able to get a clear. Lawton in the neutral zone, hands it off for Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg gave it away, crossing into the offensive end for Toronto. Nate Schmidt bounces one back into the neutral zone. Down to our left, Ekman-Larsson across for Morgan Riley.
Again, the little plays that Gustav Forsling makes. All kinds of bodies in front there. Looks like, and they're humming down on the forecheck, and with two bodies barreling down on him, he pokes it with one hand on his stick. It starts the breakout.
9.5 minutes to go here in the third. A 1-0 Panthers lead. Getting into the late stages here this evening. Nylander up towards center. Dances in offensively for Toronto. Backhand feed to Riley. Put down and around the end boards. Nate Schmidt got blasted by Pacioretty. Didn't get the clear. Tavares tried a between the legs pass for Pacioretty. That didn't connect. Out to the far point. It's Oliver Ekman-Larsson for Toronto. Long shot tipped and a save made by Bobrovsky. Juggles and he holds. 9:03 left in the third. 1-0. The Panthers in front. The Leafs pressuring more here in the third than they have at any other point this evening. But Sergei Bobrovsky and the Panthers weathering the storm. 1-0 Panthers in Game 4, presented by AutoNation on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. you. Join Wash Save. L Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
On the side of the net, where it looked like he had an empty cage after he tried to cover the rebound, and then some pressure here from the Leafs, and Sergei Bobrovsky holding his own at the other end. We talked about Wall down at the other end for the first two periods. Here in the third period, it has turned the tables, and it has been Bobrovsky's moment.
Face off, far circle down to our right. It's Lundell against Matthews. And they face off to Sergei Bobrovsky's right. 9:02 left in the third, a 1-0 Panthers lead. And looks like we're going to drop the puck again.
I don't know if it's just human nature, but see the Panthers back into that 1-3-1 a lot in the neutral zone instead of pressing, trying to get in on that forecheck. I would still put more of an emphasis on going, getting after it.
Off the draw, Nyes to Morgan Riley, then Nyes again. A shot partially blocked. Puck goes up and over the net, stays in play. Here on the near boards, down to the corner, it's Jones, then Luostarinen. On the near side, he'll lob one out of the zone. It goes all the way down to our left, and not far enough for an icing. Wall leaving it for Morgan Riley. 8:43 to go, third period, 1-0. It's the Panthers over Toronto. Morgan Riley from behind his own net, long feed to center. He just shot that one all the way down, basically. Was hoping Nyes would bat it out of the air. 8:34 left in the third, 1-0 Panthers. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The fastest game on ice. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. EIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Draw here in the near circle down to our left. Barkov leans in against Austin Matthews. After the icing call, Morgan Riley going for the home run pass. Wasn't the best decision by him.
No, everything was covered through the middle.
Off the face-off, Sam Reinhart, a shot, and that deflects high of the net. Over to the far corner, then Barkov. Out to the point, Ekblad. Long shot, tipped in front, and Nosek reaching for the rebound. It was just out of his reach. Cleared on by Marner down to our right. Ekblad back on for Barkov. Quick counter for the Panthers here. Barkov near side, Nosek. He'll put it out in front. It just jumped over Reinhardt's stick. On the far boards, nice. Gives then to McCabe.
With Rodriguez out, Nosek getting a chance on that top line.
Tavares to Nylander. And then he'll bring it off to the near boards. A pass straight on, off Tavares, off Ekblad. And then the puck goes down to left. Sam Bennett there to the far circle. Bennett walks in front, makes a move, and he scores! Sam Bennett gives the Panthers a 2-0 lead with 7:50 to play here in the third. Playoff Sam doubles the Panthers' lead.
There's the neutral zone again. Clogging it up. And this time it pays off. The Leafs trying to force everything, and what patience there by Sam Bennett. Nylander zigzagging through the middle of the ice, and he tries to force a pass. It gets blocked at the blue line, and they're off to the races. Verhaeghe going to the net. He had Tanev with him, and Bennett down that right wing, left-handed shot, just held on to it, and outweighted the goaltender, Joseph Wall. What a Sam Bennett in the playoffs. It's just this time of year, just rising to the occasion. That's the storyline that's been happening all night. The Panthers finally get a goal off it, though. Being able to stuff that speed. The Maple Leafs trying to make plays through the middle of the ice. It's not there.
Domi in, shot, save made by Bobrovsky with the glove hand. And then McMahon and Kulikov out front of the net. A little tussle here, and our linesman in the middle of it. Then Bennett and Yarncroke into some shoving. 7:31 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers in front. And now the Panthers have the Maple Leafs, Billy, extremely uncomfortable.
You needed that second goal, and a lot of good saves by Sergei Bobrovsky to keep that a 1-0 lead for the Panthers here in the third period. Finally get that chance, and on that turnover, it was crazy because Tanev was getting back as Tkachuk ran over in the middle of the ice. But
Bobby McMahon
Tanev was back with Verhaeghe and also screaming back was McCabe, the defenseman, and for whatever reason, McCabe went after Verhaeghe too. And both the defensemen ended up the side of the net. If McCabe decides to attack Bennett, he doesn't have that time to hang on to the puck. But Bennett just realizing, okay, both defensemen gone to Verhaeghe, I don't have to pull the trigger down the wing. And that's a confident player. Just realizing. And I talked about the playoffs. You don't have as much time as you like, as I often say, but you have more time than you think. Perfect example on that goal by Bennett.
Nice out to the line. Ekman Larsson pressured there by Luostarinen. Anton Lundell will clear. Morgan Riley bats it the other way. Up the far side, Seth Jones, and this one deflects down to our left. Joe Wall, the goaltender, held on to it too long. Luostarinen took it away from the goaltender. In comes Morgan Riley along the end boards, but the puck dished off to Marchand to Jones. Long shot, it's wide. And loose back in behind the net. Morgan Riley gives off to Oliver Ekman Larsson, and he will play it out to the neutral zone. Dumped in by Matthew Nyes. Down behind the net, Mikkola. He plays it to the far side of the ice. Nyes stopped it up, lost it to Marchand. He'll clear. 6:46 to go, third period. 2-0 Panthers in front of Toronto. Down to our left inside the Leafs zone. It's Benoit to Carlo. Now it's Holmberg spinning it off to the far side of the ice where it's dumped in by Benoit. Into the near corner, Forsling lost it to Lawrence, who flings it out front, missed wide off the far corner boards. Benoit to Carlo, then to the far circle, Lawton. And Barkov will keep it to the outside. Nosek looks to clear. Sam Reinhart up the boards. He's run into Benoit. Near side for Carlo. Carlo across to Benoit again. The Leafs tried a lot of passes in the air. They really have a lot of faith in trying to be able to knock pucks down, or
here's another
practice with a
turnover,
lacrosse stick.
Yeah, but what's happening here
Here's
now?
a shot from Verhaeghe. It was set up by Schmidt, and the pass sent, or the shot sent over the net.
The Panthers can sit back now and make the Maple Leafs come the full 200 feet of the ice.
Kachuk disrupts a play at the line. In go the Panthers. Verhaeghe, Kulikov, a shot, Wall the save, and he will absorb that. 5:46 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers lead Toronto here. Game 4 presented by AutoNation, and the Panthers will look to close it out on the other side. Panthers get that important insurance goal. 5:46 left in the third, and the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
5:46 left in the third period. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. A 2-0 Panthers lead over Toronto, and the Panthers trying to even this series at 2 games apiece if they can finish this one off tonight. Still 5 minutes and 46 seconds to play, but the Panthers in a great spot, and they have this Maple Leafs group a bit frustrated. Face off in the near circle down to our left. Barkov with Nosek and Reinhart. These three together since Rodriguez has left the game with an injury. Here's Reinhart. A shot stopped by Wall. No status updates on Rodriguez ever since he went down the tunnel, so we'll keep you updated there in the event he's able to get back in. Over on the far side, McCabe, then to Tanev. Up the near side, Nylander. A race fourth then, Pacioretty in for Toronto. Dishes to Tavares, who's patient with it. Canceled out by Nosek here on the near side. And a rolling puck here along the near boards. Nosek able to pop it along. Barkov takes over, hands it across. Reinhart into the neutral zone. He'll guide one down to our left. In the far corner after it, McCabe.
Watching the defense from the Panthers with that 1-3-1, it's so in sync, and you can really see it from up here, just how magical it can be when it's on.
Bennett, first one back in the Panthers' end, plays one around the end while Yarncroke disrupts things. Domi a pass, and that one was 4 or 5 feet in the air. Nobody's going to receive that. It goes all the way down to our left, and Joe Wall to play it. Brandon Carlo, long pass. Yarncroke tips it. All the way down it goes. Around far corner. Picked up by Bennett, and he'll hand it on for Verhaeghe. Played around the end boards, then into the neutral zone. Brandon Carlo has control for Toronto. 4.5 minutes to go. Third period, a 2-0 Panthers lead over the Leafs. Long feed straight on Matthews. He can't settle it down. Back into the Panthers zone. It's Forsling there. He'll hand it on to Marchand out of his reach. Marner kept it in. Near corner. A tussle between Mikkola and Nyes. And Mikkola with control of the puck. Matthews poked it away as he arrived on the scene. Now Marner, Ekman Larsson back to Marner. Threads it to Matthews, who backs out the line. Marner, a one-timer that's partially blocked by Lundell. Puck goes to the near corner, and Marchand will lob it out of the zone.
That's frustrating. Matthews gets it. Someone's right there. All of a sudden it gets back to the point. Marner's looking for a slap shot, thinking maybe I have some time. Nope, it gets blocked.
Puck played inside the Panthers zone. Here's Ekblad to Forsling up the near side. It's Reinhart backhand feed. Nosek juggles a bouncing puck into the offensive end, into the near corner, shouldered by Morgan Riley. Here in the near corner then, the battle for the loose puck continues. It's played out front of the Leafs net. Rolls to Reinhart, right circle. Now Reinhart, he'll dangle back behind the goal off to the far corner. A backhand feed up top. Seth Jones awaits, gives across. Kulikov, long shot, deflecting, didn't get through. Nosek, a sharp angle try. And Wall able to adjust to make the save there. 3:16 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers over the Maple Leafs. The shot on goal advantage, 36-20 for the Panthers.
It's been a good game all around. It's what we saw in the second period, last game, late in the first period. We've seen it for 60 minutes tonight. Most complete game that we've seen in this series, maybe all of the playoffs for the Panthers. For what you're trying to look for from their identity, their DNA, this has been a complete one so far through the first 57 minutes. Now just looking to put it away with 3:16 on the clock. I believe next time that the Leafs get it down in the offensive zone, that Joseph Wall will be headed to the bench for the extra attacker.
Yeah, the Leafs need two, so you figure they're going to go to the extra attacker maybe a little earlier than normal. Face off near circle down to our left. Lundell and Matthews on the draw. Matthews able to get it back. McCabe behind the net for Toronto. Ekman Larsson behind the net. McCabe has it in the trapezoid. Coming up on 3 minutes exactly remaining here in this third period. Long pass McCabe. Intercepted by Seth Jones, and he'll chip it right back in.
Put that on repeat.
And I think McCabe just let everybody in the building know exactly where he was going to put that pass, and Seth Jones read it like a book. Now in goes Matthews as he dances past a couple of Panthers, but couldn't get all the way through everybody. Puck down to the end boards. Tavares around for Nylander. Net empty down to our left in the Toronto zone. Marner for Matthews. Back in front. Tipped wide by Tavares. Far corner Nylander. Up top, and Riley juggles offside called against Toronto. So a whistle and a face-off. Then Marchand went over and gave him a little bump. 2:31 left in the third. 2-0. It's the Panthers over the Leafs.
Marchand has some words for Riley after he bobbled that bucket at the blue line. That's a tough play coming back, and all that offensive momentum you have. Looks like Craig Berube might use his timeout with his top players being on the ice for a while. 2:31 on the clock, and that seems to be the case.
2:31 left. Game 5 of this series is going to be Wednesday at 7 o'clock in Toronto. We'll be on the air with Panthers Preview at 6:30. Wherever you're tuned in tonight, you can find us coming up on Wednesday evening. And then if the Panthers get out of this with the victory tonight, there will be a Game 6 here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise coming up on Friday night.
Well, the boa constrictor has been out tonight for the Panthers. Yep. It has been suffocating for the most part. But Joseph Wald, the other end, for his heroics, kept him around long enough, and they had some really good chances. They had the breakaway by Nyes, the side of the net by Matthews. They've been spotty, but that team has enough talent. They're going to create chances throughout the course of the game at some point, and it has happened. And when it's been there, Bobrovsky's been able to make the saves, and finally, you got that cushion goal by Sam Bennett.
Face off just to our right of center, far side of the ice. Barkov and Tavares lean in. And Matthews pulls it back. Nylander dumps it down right in on Bobrovsky. Again, the net empty to our left inside the Leaf zone. Ekblad off the glass. Got the clear. Far side of the ice. The Panthers have it. It's launched to the empty net by Reinhart, but cut off by Mitch Marner, who leads it out of the zone for Tavares. He looks to play one in. That one deflects cross ice. Batted out of the air by Ekblad. He'll work it into the neutral zone. Nosek across center. He's pressured. Can't break free from Tavares to get the shot on the empty net. Now it's Marner handing it back. Nylander through center ice. Right side for Tavares. Play to the corner. Back behind the goal, Ekblad. He'll send it up the far boards and all the way down. And it says a lot about Nosek and what he's done since getting back into the lineup. Getting out there late in a game like this to protect the lead. Now Nyes has the puck knocked away. Turnaround shot from Marchand from the neutral zone toward the empty net. Cut off again by Marner down to our left. 90 seconds left, third period. 2-0 Panthers. The Panthers on the verge of tying this series up. It's dumped in. Seth Jones will look to clear. Held in. Nylander long shot. Save. And then the rebound put wide by Tavares. After the Bobrovsky save, Matthews. Nylander at the left point. They go back and forth. Nylander to Marner at the right point. Marner, left circle, a shot, and Riley stopped by the right pad of Bobrovsky. Loose back in behind the goal, and at the side of the net then, Bobrovsky unable to get it covered. Mikkola plays it up the far boards. Nylander the hold across Marner, 1 minute to go. Here on the near side, it's Matthews, Marner down low. Off the end boards, Jones takes Tavares down. Then Mikkola crunched by Nyes, who's trying to drill the puck free. It's held up on the end wall. Now Jones and Mikkola going to work down here in the near corner to just eat this one up on the boards with help from Anton Lundell. A lot of shoving. This puck's held up. And Nico Mikkola single-handedly just eating away at the clock. Now it's taken away by Matthews. His pass intercepted and Marchand clears. 30 seconds to go in the third. Panthers get a fresh group onto the ice.
How about those heroics down in the corner by
now
Mikkola?
We've got a...
Is there anyone better about holding the puck against the wall than Mikkola? Finally got his bucket.
Looks like an icing.
Yes,
it's
an icing. Yep. 30 seconds on the clock he spent down in the corner. Remind you of something? Late in the third period somewhere along the line?
Maybe back on June 24th, I remember something like that.
Yeah, very, very similar, just killing the clock, and that killed a ton of it. What an individual effort by Mikkola down the corner, and he had bodies all over him. Finally, they try and center it, and the Panthers ice the puck.
Nico just wants everybody to be able to go home happy. Face off to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky down to our right. Off the draw, puck picked up by Gus Forsling, sent into the neutral zone. Lou Osterinen tied up there by Ekman Larson. Jake McCabe back for the puck. 18 seconds left here in Game 4. Puck played up the near side, Ekman Larson. Nudged down to our right by Domi. Ekblad there. He's blasted by Yarncroke. Got it over the far boards. This one still is, a hard hit was delivered on Barkov from behind, and that's going to start something as the whistle blows. Now we continue a pileup down there. The final horn sounds. The clock runs out. The Panthers have won Game 4, and this series is tied at 2 games apiece as the Rats rain down here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Heading to Game 5 on Wednesday in Toronto. It's going to be 2-2 in this best-of-7 series, but we've still got a big dust-up going on down to our right.
All kinds of confusion. I'm not sure the game's over, by the way.
The whistle may have blown.
Yes, they're keeping everyone on the bench.
And Barkov got just run into hard from behind. And thankfully, he's all right.
Everyone calls us dirty and dangerous. Well, we've seen plenty from the other teams against us. I'm not sure what that is always about, but this time here, Barkov just takes a hefty hit from behind. Never like to see that. Been some sequence and frustration starting to boil over from the Leafs squad.
Now, they're a frustrated hockey team, and they were tonight just spending the whole evening looking for answers.
Well, if the refs, if they want anything out of this, there was about 2 seconds on the clock when all that developed, and they let the play run out.
I think
that's geez. That is brutal by Domi.
That was Domi who ran Barkov from behind.
That is a clear, and lucky Barkov got up from that. That is blatantly, that's worse than the Oliver Ekman-Larsson one by a long way. Refs decide to kill the clock. Good decision. We're out of here, and we're knotted up at 2.
The Panthers top the Leafs 2-0. A 22-save shutout for Sergei Bobrovsky. This series is tied 2 games apiece going back to Toronto for Wednesday night's Game 5. A 2-0 Panthers win over the Leafs here in Game 4. And this series is knotted up after Toronto took the first 2 in Toronto. The Panthers counter and get the next 2 here in Sunrise. So all even going back north of the border for Wednesday night's Game 5. We'll step aside. A Victorious Cats recap shows next. 2-0 the Panthers over the Leafs right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers Hockey. The team coverage doesn't stop now. More with a Cats recap show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235